Hello and welcome. With thanks to the Ford Ranger, we are taking you down memory lane once again. 2009 and a round 14 clash between Geelong and St Kilda that's been described as perhaps the best home and away game in history. We hope you've had a wonderful Easter, have eaten lots of chocolate Easter eggs. I know we have in here. A big welcome to two men who were stars on this day back in 2009. Nick Riewoldt and also
Thank you, Hutto.
Anthony Hudson is here. He'll be calling all the action for us. Guys, was this the best game you've ever been involved in?
Best home and away game.
Final?
Best home and away game I've ever been involved in. 54,000 people, Roo. Both of us, what were we, 13 and zip, and the most electrifying crowd I've ever been involved in a home and away game.
It was an amazing week too, wasn't it? The build-up was enormous. Monday right through until the Sunday, they went through all the matchups in the paper. And I know we had the grand final that year that came in number 12 on the top 50 games. That was a brutal game.
Brutal.
This was an exhibition. Yeah. This was
up and back.
As good a spectacle as football could possibly be, I think, with the skill, execution, and the build-up coming into it with two teams 13-0.
All right, well, you were the Saints skipper and you are our player in focus with thanks to Chemist Warehouse. We're going to head down now to Nick Riewoldt, who was alongside Tim Watson.
Oh, this will be good.
Well, Nick, you woke up this morning. Was it just like any other day?
Yeah, it was, to be honest. It's round 14. We're just coming up against a very good opposition, so there's still 4 points on the line, and that's about it.
The roof has been closed. It was closed this morning, but they may have been open overnight. A bit wet out there?
Yeah, it's a little bit slippery, more so than usual for here, but if there was a roof there, you'd think they'd close it, wouldn't you?
Not great signs for a Ford, though, is it? I mean, you love it to be nice and dry.
I would love it anyway, Tim.
And what about Harry Taylor? I mean, he's had a couple of cracks at you. How much time do you spend worrying about or thinking about the opponent that's going to play on you?
To be honest, try and spend more time on my game and the team's game and worrying about that and what we have to do. So we're pretty focused on our game today.
Well, good luck out there. Thanks, Nick.
Couldn't wait for that one to end.
Enthralling.
Wow.
You couldn't get away quick enough.
We were in the bubble, and
They weren't known for their good humour, the Saints guys, were they?
Threw up a little bit of my own mouth and watching that. Just that feeling of being back in that intense environment. Thank gosh we're on the other side of it now, because, look, Tim Watson wasn't in the bubble at the time. We didn't let anyone else in. That wasn't a part of the bubble. So
the problem was, Rossi Lyon, like I grew up with Dennis Pagan early, you didn't want to go down Media Street with those two coaches. So very quick and sharp and get out of there before you said anything wrong that the coach would use against you later on.
No smiles, reminiscent, of course, that pre-season win, and Lenny Hayes and Grant Thomas not smiling. You weren't a happy bunch sometimes.
They looked like they were about to cry that time.
Well, Moons, here you come out onto Etihad Stadium as it was at the time. What was it like running out with these guys? You didn't have many weaknesses as a side.
No, we didn't. Look, obviously the two best sides that year going around. And Maxi Rook is the one for me, because after the 08 grand final, we needed a defensive forward. And we threw him forward for that year, so watch out just what he does in this game.
All right, it's all coming up soon on Fox Footy. We hope you're having a wonderful Easter and are sitting back, ready to watch a classic here on Fox Footy as the Saints come out, led by their inspirational skipper, Nick Riewoldt. Both teams heading into this clash undefeated. It is round 14, 2009. Of course, they would go on to meet in the grand final later that year. But first, Anthony Hudson, this one is one that we are going to enjoy.
This is the one we've been waiting for, round 14. The clash of the two high towers. Undefeated Geelong and St Kilda, and the umpire goes bang. And waiting for it is Mummy. Mumford got it out there, coming through Graham. It's a tough opening, and Shorey says, why aren't I out there?
Oh, how good's that? And already Cam Mooney's in the face of Lenny Hayes. Just a great bump off the line.
Throw a blanket over 18 players as the umpire Rosebery says, give me some room, and bang, he put it down. The stilters there, Gardner, beaten again by the Mummy. Mumford got it down. Here comes Corey. Got it across to Bartel and kicked it inside 50 for Geelong. Down towards Chapman. Chapman punts away down there. Plants at the umpire. Here comes Geelong Fisher. He tries to get in front. Now it's out of play. It's out of play, Stokes. And my goodness me, it's going to be a real good game. There's no doubt about that. Left half forward St Kilda. Left half forward Geelong.
So 45 out. Cats into attack at half-back. Goddard comes up with it. Handball to Gilbert, in and out of traffic, out of side of the ground. Goes long to a contest on the wing. Beyond Kelly, Revolt on the bounce, can't trap it. Bounce favours Taylor of Geelong. Handball to Enright. They're going to get out of trouble here, the Cats. On the wing, Harley to set it up. I'm not sure about the kick. Graham carries him, got plenty of support at St Kilda as Raphael Clark goes through the middle. Sideways handball to Graham on the wing.
And here comes a second high tower, and Kaczynski dropped it. Tackled Scarlett.
Holding
was
the man.
held, and the umpire says, give it to me.
Well, he missed a sitter, Kaczynski. He's a bit disappointed, Kaczynski, but Blake is playing at fullback on Hawkins, and the other interesting one is that Dawson is playing at centre-half back on Mooney.
Harley got it out. Now it's going to be a little bit of a stop down for the Geelong side.
Burns.
And Burns has got it, a left footer, got it across Ablett, got it back, Harley in trouble, holding the ball. Geary tried to get it, and Jones has kicked a goal. Jones has kicked the first goal under 2 minutes for the Saints at the Fish Market end. What a start! St Kilda a goal, Geelong yet to score. Mitsubishi Electric scoreboard, a goal to Jones.
And Ablett now, Jones has gone straight up to Ablett and just saying, hey, I've just kicked the goal on you. This is going to happen all day. Great pressure. Ablett, a bad handball to his captain Harley. Put him under pressure, and Clint Jones was on the end of the spillage. Fantastic forward pressure by St Kilda, and that's one area of the game that they have really improved this year.
Sam Fisher at half-back on Chapman, Raph Clark at half-back on Enright. I said Dawson on Mooney, Gilbert on Stokes, and you've got Blake. That's interesting. Blake at full-back on Hawkins.
Going 2 minutes. First goal of the game. It goes to St Kilda. Clint Jones. Only score, Mitsubishi Electric scoreboard. Back in the middle, Mumford, the tap. Rowed by Del Santo, the quick kick to half forward. Saints into attack. Leading out Schneider, picks it up, gives the handball to Revolt. Has to go back towards the wing. Grubbers one along the ground, inside 50. Saints into attack. Milne comes up, goes for the handball. The kick forward, Montagna goes to full forward. Bartel reads it beautifully defensively for the Cats. Goes straight up the middle of the ground.
To Burns, who takes a mark to Selwyn, and here comes Stokes. Stokes to LBW, not offering a shot. Running on Gilbert, got it on there to Sam Fisher. Sam Fisher took a bounce through the centre, ran to half forward, kicked a long ball down Milne. Milne is there. Revolt has taken a pearler in the goal square. An absolute courageous pearler. And St Kilda are going to be 2 goals to zip after 3.5 minutes.
Well, you will not see a more desperate mark than that. Bang, he's kicked the goal. Sam Fisher got the ball in the middle of the ground. He had one bounce, and then he's just bombed it to the goal square. We looked into the goal square and we saw Stevie Milne there, and we thought, gee, this is going to be hard for him. Out the corner of your eye, you saw Revolt sprint, absolutely flat chat to the goal square, leapt over Tom Harley and Milne, took the mark on his chest, running with the fly to the ball. Incredible mark.
Graham Bond for Europe car.
Very even on the stat sheet as far as total possessions, 14-12. Inside 50s though, St Kilda 3, Geelong 1. Leading ball getters only a couple. Harley, Bartel, Burns with 2. Gilbert, Rewalt with 2 for St Kilda.
Around the ground, Shane McGuinness.
73 plays 72. Swans by a point.
So, and that's early stages, final quarter. Bounce, Gardner. Goes up with it. No, what Ruckman can get it. Then taps it forward. Goddard, the quick kick. No mucking about. Ball goes towards wing half forward. Saints into attack. From the back, Mackie knocks it down, but rowed by St Kilda. Jones picks it up. The defensive handball to the wing to Goddard. Goddard long to half forward. Kaczynski! Sharp lead. Great kicks. Got it 55 metres out. Half forward right at the Fish Market end.
Magnificent kick by Goddard then. That did not go more than probably 2 or 3 metres in the air and kicked at 50 metres.
33-13 for the year, Rob, and you fancy him. He's playing confidently.
Oh, yes. Look, this won't be an easy shot for goal. Goddard playing on Selwood.
54 metres out. Kaczynski. Oh, he's given it plenty. Oh, did it? He might have. It's a goal. They've
Gardner.
Standing on the goal line. Everyone stopped thinking it had gone through for one behind. Gardner, Johnny, on the spot, kicks a goal. 3 goals to Saints. Geelong yet to score. 5.5 minutes gone. First quarter, Mitsubishi Electric scoreboard.
Well, that was amazing,
Everyone
wasn't it?
stop.
Yeah, well, the ball went. I thought it went through, but then what's happened? The ball was bombed long to the goal square. They've gone back with the pack, and there's no, it didn't go over the line.
great. We can see a replay of it here, of course.
Yep.
But that did not go over the line, and Geelong did not deaden the ball, and Gardner just stood up 1 metre out and has kicked the goal. So, gee, under the pump, and it's all coming from the middle of the ground. Gardner's been on top of Mumford in the centre.
Yeah, Geelong real keen. Sorry,
Clearance is 3-1. Contested ball, 8-3.
Geelong real keen to get an experienced campaigner out there, someone with a level head. Darren Milburn waiting to come on for the Cats.
Don't know why Gary Ablett hasn't been in the centre bounce. You need him in there just to give you that little bit of spark.
So up goes the stilt again. Gardner, Mumford. Hand pass across there to Chapman to the right half forward flank on the Port Phillip Bayside. Now running onto it, Gilbert. Picks it up. Was out of play by the time he kicked it. On the boundary umpire says, give it to me and I'll throw it in right half forward for Geelong, who haven't gone inside 50. They're nothing. St Kilda 3 straight 18 on the Mitsubishi Electric scoreboard, and the umpire spins the football back into play. Spinning. It clean bowled everyone. This is Graham. Kicked the spiral punt down towards Revolt. Revolt's up. He's giving the ab boy H. Taylor what for. He hand passed Revolt. Got it across. Dennis McQualter. Got it across Graham. Graham in a bit of trouble holding the ball, and Ray McFarlane pinged him.
Good tackling by Geelong. A little bit ambitious there, Milne. Got past one. Sorry, Graham got past one, tried the other. Milne's opponent, Harley, has been taken off the ground. Kelly has now dropped back onto Milne.
Selwood at half back. Handballs to Bart. Back to Mackie. Back to Selwood. Oh, he's kicked charge down by Snyder. Is this number 4 for the Saints coming up? He kicks the ball in front of Montagna. If it bounces up, it's home. Oh, it keeps bouncing away from him. In the square, Mill takes it. Can he kick a goal? No. Great save that time by Kelly. Stops a certain goal.
Yeah.
Oh, get out, claws in. The ball's got to come back. Ball's got to come back because the umpire hadn't said. That was a big miss.
Yeah, it was a cruel bounce, wasn't it? They chipped it over the top. So, and the ball just kept running away from Montagna.
Milburn to bring it back in. It's 3-1-19 St Kilda. Geelong yet to score. 7 gone first quarter. Mitsubishi Electric air conditioning scoreboard.
So it's going to be Milburn to get it off to Kelly, and Kelly got it off to Rockling. And St Kilda are absolutely killing him at the moment. Down towards Big Hawkins. Couldn't get it, but Bartel got it across to Stokes. Here comes Geelong inside 50 for the first time. Now was Geary. Double-fisted thump. Got it out to Joe Blake. Joe Blake of St Kilda took it over the boundary line and out of bounds. Left half forward at the river end. We've travelled in to the 9th minute of play in the first term. St Kilda 3-1-19. Geelong yet to score. Mitsubishi Electric scoreboard. St Kilda magnificent. Knocked out by Blake. It went out to Geary. Came through near Rook and went to hand past Selwood. Across there to Corey. Corey kicked it down towards centre half forward. Farko and Gilbert. Gilbert breaks a tackle. Ran outside 50. Took a bounce. Ran along the wing and kicked a long ball down. Here comes Milne. Milne is up. Thumped away Scarlett. It went out. Now McQualter. Hand pass to Jones. Got a McQualter. Here comes Kaczynski. They are so quick and they are so accurate. St Kilda are really up and about today. Kaczynski lining up 48 metres out.
Just go back. The distance won't worry Kaczynski. He's kicked 33 goals this year. Rewalt's kicked 43, but you're right, Rex. St Kilda's quick, but they're not panicking. When they get it, they always look to see if they can put it to advantage.
So it's going to be Kaczynski. He's going to line it up, and he's now 60 metres. He's 55. He's 51 metres, and he's drilled it. That is as good as you'll see. Clyde Peters' goal of the day. St Kilda are huffing. They are puffing. And they're blowing Geelong off the park in the first 10 minutes of play here on the Mitsubishi Electric scoreboard. St Kilda at 25 points to 0.
Well, I cannot believe the strategy. They are just brilliant on top at the moment, St Kilda. But Gary Ablett is playing like a man behind the lines of play. He didn't even go to the contest deep in Geelong's forward line for the throw-in. That just helps Clint Jones because it's so easy to tag a player like Gary when there's no congestion around him. I think he needs to get in the centre bounces and get down to the contest. He's had 1 possession so far, and I think they need to get him in the game. But St Kilda, beautiful foot skills. Just great to see the way they're playing at the moment.
What a big time for Ben McAvoy too. He's just replaced Michael Garner. They've been good in the middle.
So back in the middle, Blake the tap. No clearance yet. Corey slings it to Blake. Kicks quickly beyond centre half forward. The Cats are into attack. Don't like the kick though. Defensively, the Saints have it. Blake takes the mark. 150th game. It's the Saints. Saints everywhere. 4-1-25. Goes short. The Dawson between fullback, centre half back. Geelong yet to score a 25-point margin. 10.5 minutes gone first quarter. Mitsubishi Electric air conditioning scoreboard. Dawson wants to go wide out there, and it's effective as well as the mark taken by McAvoy.
And that's good for his confidence, Tony. He's just come on, as Scotty Cummings told us, to replace Gardner. Good for him to get a mark early.
So told to go, he goes short. It's okay. Hayes really made to earn it. Takes the mark outside defensive 50 for the Saints.
There's 6 midfielders in this game I just love.
So Hayes got it to Montana. Joe Montana hand passed it back towards Hayes. Came in Stokes, got one high, hand past Bartel, got it across there. Now it's going to be Yablett. He kicked it to the edge of the square, kicked off the ground by Jones. Jones now exploding after his own kick. It was a worm burner and he picked it up on the left half-back flank. Ran to 50, kicked it along the centre wing, over the head of young Hogan. Here comes Del Santo. He's tackled. He's absolutely gang tackled. And the umpire said, give it to me. And 11 and a half minutes into the first term, St Kilda 4-1-25 lead Geelong yet to score, and the umpire Bozzo went bang, knocked out by Blake, went to Chapman, went off further now. This is Burns. Burns got it across. In right, Yablett went towards Kelly, went towards Milburn. Here comes a man. This is Rook. Rocket centre half forward, went bang with a long ball down towards Hawkins. This is your live Hawkins, but punched away beautifully.
Joe Blake.
And the umpire said, Joe Blake, that was well within the rules. And Hawkins couldn't take advantage of having him dead. And Geelong are a point. St Kilda are 4-1-25.
So let's go around the grounds. You've got a close one, Shane McGuinness for Vic Super.
North Melbourne by 5 points. Time midway through the final term. 12-6-78 to Sydney. 11-7-73.
So the short kick from the kick in went to Fisher. Kicks to half back. Geary, third man up, tries to knock the boundary line, didn't get there. Enright, Bartel back to Enright. Dinky passes on, Rook marks forward pocket. Tough shot from there, 35 metres out.
Just got to settle. He looks like he wants to play on. They're just getting caught up in the moment. A couple of times too, Rob. I think they just got to settle down, Geelong, because when the balls come out, they've just missed a little bit of... they've been unlucky that the ball hasn't carried to them. So just settle down, have a shot at goal. They need this one.
He is 35, 38 metres out at the Coventry end, Max Rook. It's a tough angle for sure. They trail by 4 goals, Geelong. Rook, the kick across the face of goal. Goddard gets there, happy to knock it out of bounds, so it's forward pocket right, Shorey, Coventry end. 10 around from the Geelong goal, but it's St Kilda by 24 points at the 13-minute mark.
Let's look at Chapman, these type of players. It'll be Burns and Chapman, the targets, I think, here.
Deep into attack, St Kilda. Blake knocked it down, but no one there for St Kilda. Ball kicked it out. This is Hogan. Quick hands, look away. He wanted to get rid of that. Now it was Stokes. It can't get it. Blake, hand pass to Del Santo. Got it across to Sam Fisher. Ran back into the goal square. Hand pass to Joe Blake. Got it back to Sam Fisher. They shared it well. Got it outside 50 to Dennis McQualter. And right over the top, Milburn punched it away from Dennis McQualter. And well done there, Dennis McQualter of 3AW.
Good on you, Rexy.
So the ball now in the arms of the boundary umpire, left half forward flank, River End. St Kilda are a point. St Kilda are 25, and Geelong are a point. Geelong go forward towards Rockling. Coming out there, Geary thumped it away. Clean bowl Jones and went out to Goddard. Got in the back of Bartel. This is Yablett. He was grabbed. Burns got a hand past Varco. Got a hand past Stokes. Stokes went out towards Chapman and going up Baker and Del Santo, but there's a free kick. There's a free kick, and it's going to go to St Kilda, and it's going to go, I think, to Baker.
That it is. Not sure what it was for, though, but umpire saw it. Went very short defensively. The Saints have it. Del Santo to find a man wide at half-back, Medallion Club side. The man in question that time then was Geary, not able to take it. Geelong break again. Chapman to set it up deep in the forward pocket. They've gone wide, knocked away again. Gilbert does nicely defensively, Rob. Ball at half-forward pocket right. Geelong into attack, 35 out from their goal.
Last 4 minutes, it's been Geelong. Inside 50s, please, Bondi.
Inside 50s, 10-7, Geelong's way.
Saints by 24 points, though. Halfway gone first quarter. Blake at the back tries to knock it down. Pack of players fall on top of the ball. Scotty Cummings, let's go down to you for paying away.
Yeah, Joel Selwood just waiting to come on. Cam Mooney there, a little bit frustrated with his teammates. He was the only one standing in the corridor, and they decided to kick it wide into the pocket.
35 out, Geelong into attack, trailing though by 4 goals. The Saints win the clearance. Farron Ray does nicely. Handball to Fisher. Had a busy first quarter. Fisher, little handball, goes to Montagna, gets a Shepherd and can go long to the outer wing, leading up Kaczynski. Great kick. Finds Kaczynski 65 metres away on the outer wing.
So the Twin Towers working beautiful. Revolt and Kaczynski. The kick to goal each. Kaczynski on the back of the left wing. He got it off to young Ball, and Ball now has got it on the railway yard side and will come back to centre half, back to Sam Fisher. Fisher has marked it in front of the big hairy cat. Mooney and Hawkins got to stand up today. This is your life. It went out to Zach Dawson. Dawson on the left boot, got it out now to Raph Clark. He's on the Port Phillip Bay left half back side of the ground and on towards the wing. It went to Graham. Graham went on to Joe Blake. Blake has marked it in front of the interchange. Now they're starting to build. Geelong getting the numbers back, but Geelong need a goal and they need it now. This is Joe Blake, gets it back to Raph Clark. Raph Clark should go to Goddard. Now Goddard will say, take it on there towards Gilbert. Gilbert, the play on, that's holding the ball, umpire.
It was more than 15 metres, Ray. Ray Chamberlain said the ball didn't travel 15 metres, and I reckon Ray might have got it wrong.
Have a look at John Selwood's looking at the bench, doesn't know who he's playing on. He's just asked Chapman. That's not great organisation by Geelong.
Stevie Baker off the ground too after copping that little corky to the right knee.
Ball's on the centre wing. St Kilda by 24 points. 16 minutes into the first quarter. Geelong win it on the wing. Ling. Oh, he's gone, Corey. Ball flips out to Hayes, plays on quickly. Don't know that he needed to do that. His kick goes towards half forward. Milburn slow, slung off it by Schneider. The Saints come up with it again. Schneider the handball. Del Santo juggles it 50 metres out. Kicks to full forward on the bounce. Kaczynski traps it. Goes to Gardner, a little kick forward. 10 out from the St Kilda goal. Kelly's got to stay cool here, and he does. Little handball away. Series of them ends up with Ling at half back. He goes short. Kick intercepted by Gardner. Coming up Fisher. Kicks around his body. What a goal!
Great call, Tone.
Fisher all the way from defence. Gardner makes the spoil. The Saints on fire. 5-1-31. Geelong are behind. 17 and a half gone. First quarter. Mitsubishi Electric air conditioning scoreboard.
What we've noticed with St Kilda, under no circumstances will they kick it to a contest. They are patient. They had the ball in their back line for about 4 minutes. They finally got it into their forward line, and then Geelong pounced on it. But the pressure of the St Kilda forwards meant that Ling's kick was hurried, and it was deflected by Gardner, the ruckman. Deflected, luckily, into the path of Sam Fisher, who was bursting between centre and centre half forward. Once he got it, slammed it on the boot, kicked a long goal.
Mackie now on Rewalt.
So Geelong in uncharted waters as St Kilda go forward again with a kick forward there by Goddard. Now Selwood under pressure. They're all under pressure. Now dropping the football there is Mackie. Plants at the umpire. The pressure by St Kilda is relentless. Rockling got it across to Enright. Got it across to Corey. Got it across to Harley. Harley's in trouble. Pushed out. Here comes Jones. Here comes Revolt. Rockling got it off towards Kelly. It's deep into attack for Geelong. It's kicked out by Milburn towards the right half-back flank. Now here comes Kaczynski and Scarlett. Scarlett kicked a worm-burning, mongrel, finger-breaking punt out towards the half-back line. Running onto it, Sam Fisher. Picked it up. Got it inboard to Raph Clark. Clark now got a little chip kick. Plants at the umpire. Now this is Farron Ray. He's got a bit of a go and he kicks it long and he found Gilbert.
So just shy of the centre of the ground. A bounce from Gilbert. Up the middle he goes. The Saints by 5 goals. The pass to Revolt. Ball eludes him. Trying to do the roving this time. That time was Geary. Gives it to Schneider to bring it round his body.
Missed.
It's close, but it's missed.
He just missed. He put it on the left boot, hooked it around the goal post. Oh, what a game we're seeing.
A quick kick into Bartel, marks at halfback. 5-2-32 the Saints. Geelong 1 behind around the grounds for Vic Super. Shane.
10 minutes gone in the final quarter. Tone at Sydney by a point. 85 plays 84.
Thank you very much. And this is Mackie on the left half-back flank on the Remand centre side. He kicked it into a contest. It was dangerous. Here comes a blowfly Milne. He jumped. He hand-passed it. He was looking over there for Schneider.
Free
the
kick,
umpire said it's going to
Milne.
be a free kick to Milne.
He got slung after he got rid of the footy.
Well, a good blowfly will do that. And the umpire says, blowfly Milne, you can have it at centre half forward. He's looking. Here comes a lead, Dennis McQualter. He said, no, don't listen to the afternoon show. And Selwood's grabbed him and it's gone down. Goodness me.
Too slow.
Well, he is.
Well, you've got to be quicker than that, blowfly.
Well, he got call play on because of the time limit from the umpire, and I don't know whether he could hear the call either.
Selwood's got a lead from the big hairy cat, and Mooney takes his first mark for the day. He's off. The umpire should have called him off because he went off. It's like an arrow-dotted forward line. Here comes Yablett. but he's too far out to score and he marks it. He's 55 metres out from goal. There's no movement. There's no movement. There's more movement in a set cement box. Here he goes around Jones. He's hesitating. He'll be lost. Burns, hand pass to the big hairy cat.
He's gone.
They are in trouble, Geelong. And the umpire says, I'm going to bounce it. They are just taking risks. Not risks, they're not taking risks.
No, they're under pressure, Rex, and they're inventing things. That's what they're doing.
20 minutes in, Bonnie. 20 minutes in. Possessions to Mooney and Hawkins.
Mooney's had 1, Hawkins has had 0.
So Hogan won it, got it to Corey, to Stokes, back to the wing. Enright to try and set something up. Gives it to Selwood. The pass to centre half forward. It's on this time. And this time, Rob, it worked out beautifully. And Burns has it directly in front, 48 metres out. St Kilda lead by 31 points. It's 32-1, 21 minutes into the first quarter. Shannon Burns to kick Geelong's first goal.
Selwood chip pass was fantastic. Under pressure, didn't panic, and just spotted him up inside the 50.
Has 21-7 for the year. Brings it back. Will he bring it back enough? Not quite. Misses to the left. They are 2 behinds now, Geelong, after 22 minutes. St Kilda lead by an even 5 goals. They're 5-2-32 for Vic Super. Shane McGuinness.
8.5 minutes remaining in the match. Tone, it's still Sydney by a point, 85-84.
So Lenny Hayes gets the kick out. It was a good one from Goddard. He got a kick to McQualter. McQualter now drew the opposition. Got it off to Zach Dawson. Now here comes Graham, and he got it out to the right half back flank. The Suns are playing all over him, with Joe Blake taking it off to Gilbert and get it on towards the stilt. This is Gardner. Gardner now on the right wing position in front of an adoring contingent of St Kilda fans over there on the railway side. Play on, said the umpire. So the stilt it is. A long ball by Gardner in towards Revolt. And Revolt goes up, and so too Corey. But Corey's taken a well-judged mark. Who would think in round 14 after 2 quarters, last year's grand finalists, have been 4 points between them.
Yeah, Geelong failing to score a goal in the first quarter. Still 5 minutes to go. In fact, the Saints lead by 5 goals as Geelong goes forward, but under pressure. The kick astray. Halfback Fisher, what a game he's had, Bondi, for Europe car.
Sam Fisher, possession number 9.
Goes to the wing. Blake takes the mark out of side, just forward of the wing.
Shorey, St Kilda's pressure been the main thing?
No, the other thing is Geelong don't look like taking a mark inside 50, which is a real issue at the moment.
Del Santo back to Fisher, short to Goddard. Handball to Del Santo. They're standing just quietly. Geelong, his kick tried to finesse it. That time McWalter didn't. Milburn wins it at halfback. Gets it to Chapman. Chapman gets it to Stoke on the wing. Geelong starting to run.
Here comes Harry Taylor. He waited for Stokes. Stokes has got a lead out there. Yablett. Yablett comes in. It was touched down there by Farron Ray. This is Jones. He's improving. Now Joe Blake. Got it off to Baker and kicked it out to the stilts. Here comes Gardner, and he's like that man in the Moomba parade with the big stilts. The legs go right up to the back of the shoulder blades. And the umpire said, I'm going to throw it in. Left half forward, flank 40 around from the Geelong goal. They haven't troubled the goal scorer. Geelong at 2 points. And St Kilda are 5 goals, 2 points. So it's a 5-goal lead. This is Goddard. He's at fullback for St Kilda. He waited. He hand passed over to Ray. Farron Ray got it out. Now is going to be McAvoy. McAvoy of St Kilda took a mark, and here comes Joe Montana. A long ball to Revolt. Revolt goes up. He takes a wonderful effort. Now it came off there, Mackie. Kicked off the ground by Kelly. Harry Taylor. Quick hands to Milburn. They're in trouble, Geelong. They got it across now to Hogan. Hogan back to Rockling. He's in trouble. That's holding the ball. But a turnover to St Kilda. Dennis McQualter got it off now towards Sam Fisher. Got it off to Baker. Baker marked it right up forward. Baker ran in, and Baker's kicked a long point.
Montagna was next to him.
Hey, look at his... Baker's been split in half. They've got to get him off the ground. The umpire's just seen it. Poor old Stevie. That's why he couldn't kick the goal. He
More
couldn't
blood
see.
there than the blood bank. St Kilda 5-3-33. Geelong 2 behind 2 points. Goodness me.
I see. We've just seen a replay, and it was a head-on clash between Baker and Stokes. And unfortunately, he's tough as they come, Stevie Baker.
I'll tell you what, though, they are falling down Geelong, Rob, in their forward line. They cannot get a marking. I know they haven't had the ball in there a lot, but they cannot mark the ball inside their 50. They've got to try and get a forward line that can work.
They've been in 12 times. They've only won 6 possessions when it's got there.
So Corey to bring it back in, straight up the middle of the ground he goes. Bartel has it knocked away by Gilbert. Saints trying to hold it up at centre half forward. Chapman losing the ball. Hogan, great pressure. Ling under pressure. Gives it back to Chapman at half back to the wing. The kick this time was good. Stokes takes the mark. Medallion club wing. They trail by 31 points, Geelong. They're going forward.
Good mark, Ablett.
Ablett contested
50 metres. Because Clint Jones grabbed the jumper after Ablett marked the ball.
So
he's a bit stiff, Jones, but I think the umpire might have got it right. And well done by Gary Ablett. He took a really good contested mark in front of Jones.
Yeah.
A little bit of a tug there by Jones on the Ablett arm. St Kilda fans don't like it, but call's correct.
26 minutes have gone, first quarter. Geelong has not scored a goal. Ablett should. Directly in front. Goes back Gary Jr. They're on the board at last. 1 goal, 2-8 the Cats, but they trail by some distance. St Kilda 5-3-33. Mitsubishi Electric scoreboard. Let's go round the grounds for Vic Super. Shane McGuinness.
Just over 5 minutes remaining in Sydney. Tone and a goal to Craig Bird has Sydney out to an 8-point lead. 14-8-92 to North Melbourne. 13-6-84.
Yeah, Graham Bond for Europe car. The story in the first 26 minutes. St Kilda at the moment leading by 25 points.
Possession's fairly close, 95 to 91. St Kilda's way inside 50s, 14-13. St Kilda's way. The big thing is turnovers. 4 Geelong turnovers have cost them goals, and St Kilda have not turned the ball over. Obviously that was a free kick, so no turnovers costing St Kilda any scores.
Gary Ablett has moved into the centre. I think he should have been there from the outset of this game. Harder to tag in that congestion, as I said.
Tony Shaw and Robert Walls. The ball in the centre. Geelong trail by 25 points, and Jones, he couldn't get it across. It was now going to be Milburn to get it off to Chapman. Chapman got it towards Ablett from behind. Raph Clark running onto it there as ball, but Jones said, I'll take it and give it across now to Geary. Geary to the half-back flank, got it to Joe Montana, and out there Snyder. Snyder marks it. He looked forward. He's got plenty to give. He's got McAvoy if he wants him, but here comes Revolt. Revolt goes out in front of Taylor. Taylor will pick it up. Explode off the left half-back flank. He'll now hand past inboard to Bartel. Bartel went bang out towards Rook. Rook now picked it up. He's thumbled. The umpire said play on, and he's going to ping him.
Yep.
There you are.
It's a tough call. It's a tough call on Rook. He made the play. He was desperate, and well, that's the way the rule goes. It's a tough one.
I reckon he got a head high out before that in the back.
Well, ball got into his back. Yeah, Harry Taylor had a very important win on Revolt because Revolt slaughtered him so far.
Ball takes it on the outer wing. Saints by 25 points. He kicks to Schneider, has it knocked away. Halfback Geelong come up with it. Milburn through traffic. Kick knocked down by Raph Clark, but Milburn wins it back again. Along the outer wing they go, the Cats. Rook the target at half forward. Ball knocked out of bounds. Fisher happy to see it out of bounds. So Geelong going forward between wing and half forward. 65 around from their goal. 5-3-33 the Saints. The Cats 1-2-8. Mitsubishi Electric scoreboard. We have gone 28 minutes first quarter. Minute to go to quarter time. Blake at the back. The tap. Aglett chugged the tackle. Gave it to Varco. Varco has a bounce. He'll have a shot from 40 metres out dead in front. Travis Varco.
He got hit. He's got to get a free. He's got to get a free. He was smashed when he had that shot.
So the umpire did confer with the goal umpire and said, well, you want another kick? He said, my word, I do. Vic Super in the shadows of the siren. Is still a good game there, young man.
Certainly is. 4.5 minutes remaining. Rex, Sydney by 7 points.
It was unlucky, Zach Dawson, because I think he was in the air too when that bump came through. He was trying to smother the ball, but no doubt about the free kick.
So free kick goes back to Varco.
And it goes back 2 plays before that, Tony, to some very good ruck work where I think it was Blake able to hit it to Ablett, who set the handball up to Varco.
They trailed the Cats, that is, by 25 points before the Travis Varco kick. He narrows the gap by a goal. Didn't look like missing. 2-2-14 the Cats. They trail. St Kilda 5-3-33. 29 minutes gone, first quarter, on the Mitsubishi Electric air conditioning scoreboard.
Well, they've just worked their way back into this game. The last 5 minutes, they've started to win some ball across halfback. They've also just run the lines with their handball. And I don't know, Bondi, if you could tell us, but how the possession rate has gone, because I think they've just, as I said, the last 7 minutes been improved in that area.
It's one possession, the difference, 101 to 100, inside 50s identical, 14 apiece, contested ball, 30 to 31, clearances 8 to 9, so very tight on the scoreboard.
So this is a fantastic game, and it's St Kilda by 19 points. On the umpire, Ray McFarlane's got it. We've got 45 seconds to go before the quarter-time siren. We'll get to Sydney in a moment. It's an absolute pearler up there. Blake knocked it out. This is Yablett. Yablett kicked a long ball down, but Raph Clark was clean bowled. He should take them. Gilbert hit a hand pass across to Sam Fisher and got it out there to Goddard. Goddard's got it with 30 seconds to go. He places the ball in the air and he said, I'll kick it down to the half-back line, and it's going to be the young boy in McQualter, is it, to take it. Geary will get it back towards Gilbert, and they'll run the clock down as they go back in towards full-back position and Joe Blake. So 10 seconds to go. Joe Blake's got it. He'll have to play on soon, and he gets it back to Gilbert, and that will be good enough for quarter time, and St Kilda lead by 19 points. So the St Kilda crowd rise in unison and clap. A magnificent effort, but St Kilda conceded the last 2 goals, and while they were 31 points in front, they now lead by 19 points. St Kilda are 5-3-33, Geelong are 2-2-14. For St Kilda, goals to Jones, Revolt, Gardiner, Kochitsky and Sam Fisher, and for Geelong, Ablett and Varco.
We haven't been disappointed, Rex. It was just a frenetic opening. The tackling was superb by both teams. I would give the advantage in that area to St Kilda. We saw a couple of Cats fumble, which we haven't seen for a long, long time. Such was the pressure. They steadied the ship, Geelong, in the last 8 minutes of that quarter. Got the last 2 goals of the quarter. At one stage, it was 5-0. Nice even spread by the St Kilda team. They've got Rewalt, who started the game superbly, took 3 fantastic marks running with the flight of the ball. Kaczynski was dangerous for them. Milne and Schneider, they were dangerous in the forward line as well. But Geelong did steady. Now, Tony, you said they need to get Ablett in at the centre bounces. Once they did that, they got 2 clearances, and it made an impact straight away. So I'm sure that they will learn from that. Harry Taylor struggled on Rewalt. They put Mackie there. They ended up putting Harry Taylor back onto Rewalt. I thought Gardner rucked well early in that game. Blake set up a goal with some good ruck work. It's just a wonderful contest that we're seeing. The worry for Geelong is that Mooney and Hawkins, the 2 key forwards, between them have had 1 touch.
St Kilda 5-3-33 at quarter time lead Geelong by 19 points. Geelong 2-2-14, close to full time in Sydney. Sydney by 15 points right around Australia. This is 3RW football.
Got it across Ablett, got it back, and Jones has kicked a goal. What a start!
It's a goal! Gardner, Johnny on the spot, kicks a goal.
Rewalt has taken it, Perla!
Bang, he's kicked the goal.
Goes back Gary Jr. They're on the board at last.
It's going to be Kochitsky, and he's drilled it. That is as good as you'll see.
Kick intercepted by Gardner, coming up Fisher, kicks around his body. What a goal!
They're blowing Geelong off the park.
It is St Kilda by 19 points at quarter time. 5-3-33 the Saints. Geelong 2-2-14. Sam Fisher absolutely brilliant. Full time in Sydney for Vic Super. Shane McGuinness.
Sydney winners by 15 points, keeping their slim finals hopes alive. Tone 15-10-100, defeating North Melbourne 13-7-85.
Scotty Cummings, you're down there for Payne away.
A couple of things in that first quarter there, Tony. You noticed there were 4 Geelong players who played the entire quarter. Only 4. That's Bartel, Mooney, Ablett and Ling, and there were 6 for St Kilda. Now, what Bomber Thompson's trying to do on these St Kilda tall forwards, especially Rewalt and Kaczynski, he's really trying to give his backman a bit of a spell on them. He's not making them play on them for the entire game. Mooney, Harry Taylor, Mackie, Milburn all had spells in that first quarter and rotated around on them, so they know what workload they have to endure to play on both Rewalt and Cozzy. Interchanges that quarter time, 23 to St Kilda, 19 to the Cats.
Scotty, keep an eye on Hawkins of Geelong.
Sitting right next to me, Wolsey.
He's sitting next to you, and they've got a very small forward set up, Geelong. There's Mooney, and there's Rook, and then there's players like Shannon Burns, Chapman, Hogan, and Stokes. So it's a very small forward setup.
I reckon Paul Chapman's got to play at home a little bit more. Sammy Fisher's playing on him, but Chapman goes up the ground. Fisher just plays as a loose man in defence.
St Kilda by 19 points. We're into the second term, and here comes Hayes, but Rockling beat him. Rockling's high ball went towards the centre of the ground. Hogan couldn't take it. Clean bowl was Del Santo. Here comes Yablett. Yablett is there, got a little hand pass out, looking for Harley. This is Bartel, got a hand pass out. Yablett now got it up to Corey. Corey kicked a long ball to the right half forward flank. Thumped away down there by Dawson. Knocked on by the boy Raph Clark. Play on, said the umpire. It's the right half forward at the fish market in for Geelong, and the umpire will bounce it.
And for Europcar Rex, we had the biggest ever AFL crowd at this ground so far, already in excess of 54,000 people.
So just started the second quarter. It's St Kilda by 19 points. Ball near enough to the outer wing. Geelong win the clearance. It goes to Stokes, to Ablett, to Corey. They've conceded ground back to Harley. Kicks it high toward half forward. Rook trying to get into the contest. Two St Kilda players fly. Didn't matter. Del Santo was at the feet. Got a little hand pass away. Blake round his body. Goes to centre half back. Dawson, it was a good kick. Found Dawson at centre half back. Just waits his time. Man free in the middle of the ground, and it carries to Graham.
It certainly did, and Graham in the centre of the ground. Kicked a long ball out towards a lead on the right half forward flank. Dennis McQualter comes out, takes a nice mark and turns around. Kaczynski took his space before he should have. Here comes Revolt. Revolt's got it.
Gee, that was shocking.
And he waited for him.
Yeah, he did it well, Rex. What he did, McQualter waited. Revolt pushed back to the goal square. Dummy lead it was. And then he cut back into the space. And poor old Harry, he was sort of left floundering.
As soon as Harry took his eye off where the ball was coming from and look at Revolt, that's when Revolt led.
Revolt's at 55 metres. He's now at 53. He's now at 51. And he kicks a long goal. That is magnificent. Goodness gracious me. 2 goals to Nick Riewoldt. Press the button, thanks. A Clyde Peters goal of the day. St Kilda get the first of the second term. They're 6-3-39. Geelong are 2-2-14. And St Kilda go out by 25 points.
Well, they've got I'll tell you what, they've gone forward twice, I think, or 3 times Geelong, and their forward line is insipid at the moment. They really need to get someone to take a grab inside 50. Great transference by Zach Dawson off the half-back flank. Found the man in midfield. And you're right about Riewoldt. Harry Taylor, every time he's trying to play 5 metres in front, inside the corridor, it's a hard shot from there, but class players kick those goals.
So we are 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Clear solar scoreboard. Saving the planet one roof at a time. Has St Kilda out to a 25 point after the Revolt goal. Back in the middle. Gardner wins it. Then just kicks it forward. At half forward, ball knocked back that time. Then by Mackie, middle of the ground. Saints. Jones slung off it by Ablett. Mackie tries to barge through. Tackled by 3, Shorey. Umpire to come in and toss it up, but the Saints have moved it forward to the centre.
Their tackling pressure is sensational, St Kilda.
They've doubled Geelong. 20 tackles to St Kilda, 10 to Geelong for Europcar.
So,
Get it up right.
it's going to be Blake doing battle with Gardner. Gardner flips it out the back. Hayes to get on it. Good bump from Hayes on Bartel. Ball comes out at half-back. Ablett, ball at his feet. Just threw it up, I thought. Play on the call. Still St Kilda holding it up between centre half forward. They're into attack at the moment. So to come in and toss it up again, repeating. Earlier today, Sydney 15-10-100 defeated the Kangaroos 13-7-85. 3.5 minutes gone. Second quarter here for Clear Solar, Rex. It is St Kilda by 25 points.
Bang, it went down and it goes up now. And Taylor couldn't get it, but here comes Bartel. Oh, so it knocked over the top. It went to Raph Clark, but Lenny Hayes came through. Across the neck it was to Hogan. Advantage play towards Blake. But now,
Free kick,
Henry
Mooney.
Cat has been held by Zach Dawson.
Didn't need to do that, Zach.
Ray Chamberlain was on the spot like a speed camera. So the big hairy cat kicked a long ball down towards Rook. Rook goes up at the back at Stokes. So too, running onto it will be the young boy Hogan. And Hogan's kicked a long point. So Geelong 2-3-15. St Kilda 6-3-39. Clear Solar scoreboard. This is Proud of You football.
I'll tell you one thing, Rob. The Geelong half forwards cannot push up the ground. You saw Gilbert there. He was going to mark that ball before Dawson gave the free kick away. Every time they go up, St Kilda just blocking and staying back. So you've got to play in your 50.
Del Santo to bring it back into play. Goes very, very short to Fisher. Graham, how many for Fisher so far?
Leading ball getter for the side. This will be possession number 13, mark number 4.
You like Fisher, Tone?
I do.
So do I.
Kicked a goal. Fisher has
like
it. Kicks it high toward the outer wing. Gardner pushed his man straight out of the way. Free kick going Blake's way.
I think there's predominantly a St Kilda crowd here.
So Blake gets the ball, gives it to Mackie off one step to full forward. Geelong into attack. Gilbert went up. Didn't take the mark, but able to control the football. Goes to Montagna. Yeah. Montagna kicks to halfback. They're running everywhere. McWalter's got the ball. Goes along the Medallion Club wing. They're out now. Kaczynski has the footy on the wing.
Here comes Revolt. He said, I can't get into that space. So on the right wing position in front of the Medallion Club. He's on the Port Phillip Bay side, kicking down to the river end, a long ball down. Now there's Mackie. Mackie goes up and takes a wonderful mark. Left half-back flank, and he has taken the mark and kicked a long ball over to Rockling, and away go Geelong off the right half-back flank.
So Rockling has it, goes out wide, goes towards Mooney. Mooney's got the ball. It's a 24-point margin. Saints in control. 5.5 minutes, second quarter. Clear solar scoreboard.
Nowhere
Mooney.
to go. Nowhere to go here.
So he's got to keep it low and wide. Varco has it knocked away by Dawson. Crowd out there love it.
Yeah, St
Ball out of
Kilda.
bounds.
St Kilda just had the zone set up nicely, a little bit like the Hawks used to do last year. And whenever Cam Mooney touches the footy, the Saint fans give him merry hell.
Saints 6-3, Geelong 2-3. Ball's tossed in. The front, Blake might have got the tap away, but Hayes, the clearance for St Kilda, tumbles it to wing half forward, 60 metres out. Revolt always led Taylor away from the ball, picks it up against the boundary line. The left foot passes on to Kaczynski. Ball knocked away by Scarlett, under pressure to Geelong defence. They can't get out at the moment. Kelly tries to get onto it. Handball that time then from McWalter. It's 20 metres out. St Kilda into attack. Ball still in dispute.
It's a hot card.
It certainly is. Goddard comes through. He's tackled, brought to the ground up by Bartel. Geelong's defence stands firm though. Kelly got it off to Stokes. To Ling at half-back. He wants a man to run for him out wide. He waits. Now has to kick it long beyond the centre. Leading up Rook. Oh, what a lovely contested mark on the wing it was.
He's got Chapman.
And Chapman won't get there because Rook's kick's no good, but he will get there. It was a marvellous one, and he kicked it out. And here's the big hairy cat. Can he get it? He can. Now, that was a mark of a desperate man. Don't play on, for God's sake!
Go back.
Go back, kick a goal. It's not only he's desperate to get it off.
He hasn't got the
confidence.
Bartel. He hasn't got the confidence, Mooney, to have a shot. He was 40 metres out, 30 metres out. He's kicked it to Bartel, who'll kick it from 51.
That is amazing.
I was watching him in the warm-up. He did not kick one in the warm-up.
Well, I don't care. You've got to take it off.
I agree, Shorey, but there's been a lot of talk that what's going through his head. And I speak to him after the game.
What if it's a grand final? You've got to kick goals.
I agree, but the bloke is unselfish and he'll get back into it.
Well, Bartel has got a responsibility. It's to kick a goal, and he's kicked a point.
The hairy cat has to take his responsibility,
I'm
Rex.
with you, Rob. I'm with you. That's a cop-out, that is.
Absolutely.
And St Kilda remains 6-3-39. Geelong at 2-4-16. Clear solar scoreboard. Here comes Del Santo. He gets it to Baker. Baker back to Del Santo. Del Santo outside 50 to Sam Fisher. Fisher's got Snyder. Snyder marks it on the centre wing. Turns around and he kicks it to Milne. Milne now will kick it, will mark it and kick it to the left half forward flank. He'll give it to McWalter and McWalter marks it. Beautiful transfer of their conveyance for Lachlan Partners. Play of the day. And McWalter will line it up for St Kilda's 7th. They're playing all over Geelong, St Kilda. They're magnificent, St Kilda.
Now, that is how can I say, Cam Mooney not taking on that responsibility from 20 metres out is totally now turns the ball from one end to the other. That should have been close to a goal for Mooney. Don't even make them distance from Bartel.
So McWalter from 40 metres out has kicked a goal.
I want to talk more about that,
Kicked
Rex.
a goal. There's 7-3-45 St Kilda. Geelong are in trouble of losing pace. They're back at the home stretch and St Kilda are charging down the straight. St Kilda 45, Geelong are 16.
We will just go back to the Mooney mark. It started with a sensational mark by Rook between half forward and wing. He's then put a super kick to Chapman near the boundary line. Chapman centred the ball unselfishly to Mooney, who took a fine mark. Mooney, 35 metres out, 45-degree angle, go back and have your shot at goal. He didn't want to take the shot because he didn't want to take the responsibility because his mindset is, I might blow this, and that goes right through the team.
Saints by 29 points. Bartel wins it in the middle. Handball Ablett, slung off it by McWalter. Under pressure, Ling, he's tackled. Slung it to Jones, illegal disposal. Free kick goes to St Kilda.
Tackle pressure by the Saints is something the Cats haven't experienced for a long while.
Jones to Montagna, inside attacking 50 again. Kaczynski out bustle that time then. got it to Scarlett at half-back. They trail by 29 points, Geelong. The kick goes to Shannon Burns, forward of the wing on the Medallion Club side. Short and wide is the way that Geelong is going.
Well done.
Mark taken there by... Now Chapman's got a chance. Oh, he's kicked it deep into the pocket. On the bounce, Mooney. I don't think he'll get it. Ball out of bounds.
Tell you what, Gilbert was sensational for St Kilda. Then off the ball, he filled the spot where they could only kick that ball into the centre corridor. They are helping each other defend the
Clear Solar scoreboard. The Saints by 29 points. They're into attack Geelong, desperate for a goal. Nothing doing, I don't think. Umpire Chamberlain to come in and bounce it. 7-3-45, the Saints. Geelong 2-4-16.
Tommy Hawkins on the ground, ready to go.
Earlier today, Sydney by 15 points. Another bounce to take place. Can the Cats get something here? Blake, the snap from Ling. Will it hold its line? No, just missed.
To mark.
Right on the line. It's defensive mark. And the Saints, Fisher having an absolute blinder. Back pocket. Goes to Gilbert at half-back. Spoil from Hawkins. Hawkins
done,
close
Hawkins.
to the boundary line. Battled hard. Coming through Del Santo at half-back. Underground handball was effective. Goes to Blake. Goes to Gilbert. They are out as Farron Ray has the footy.
And takes a bounce on the left wing and kicks a long ball down. Here comes Revolt. And Revolt is out of play. And St Kilda playing all over Geelong. They're 7-3-45 and Geelong at 2-4-16.
I'm just looking at Kazitsky, Tony. He was up on the wing, half-forward flank boundary throw, and he sprints to the goal square. Keeps his position, which is good.
And the ball spinning back into play. Mumford got it across, looking for Corey. Stacks on the mill. They're being tackled everywhere they look. Every which way but loose for Geelong. Stacks on the mill, and the umpire, Roseberry, will go in and put it down. Ramp on for a Eurocar.
It's a hot footy.
I've never seen a St Kilda side tackle like this. This is as good as you'll get.
And surprisingly, inside 50s are 19 apiece.
So it came out to Enright. He was tackled. He never gets tackled. This is Rockling. Got it from Bartel. His hand pass didn't reach Corey, who hesitated. Got it across to Hogan. Got it back to Rockling, who put it onto the centre wing, and this is Enright. Enright on the right wing on the railway yard side. He'll come inboard. He'll give it a Varco. Varco goes up and takes a mark. Hand passes on. Gets it on to Mackie. Mackie goes bang. Here comes a long lead Rook. And Rook has marked it. Got it on further to Varco. Varco gets it out, and Milburn has marked it. 49 metres out, directly in front.
They did well out of defence then, Rob.
They did really well, Geelong. They backed themselves with skill and run. Milburn will take the set shot. He'll kick from about 48. Harry Taylor's lurking past him saying, give it to me, give it to me. But Darren thinks he might just get this. This will test his distance.
Well, if a senior player can do this, he might give him a lift because they need one, and he's drilled a goal. That's a wonderful goal. That's a wonderful, wonderful goal. Geelong are 3 goals for 22. Just hanging in there. St Kilda 7-3-45. Haven't blown them away yet. Clear Solar scoreboard. What a game. What a game.
Well, you're right, Rex. They haven't blown them away. And Bondi said those inside 50s nearly being very similar. That is incredible because you think the dominance of St Kilda just showed their great hand skills out of that half-back flank when the Saints' tackling was brilliant. But Geelong, just to show why they've been such a great side for 2 years, under pressure, the poise and the talent to get that ball through 50.
Second goal of the year to Milburn.
And you'd think Mumford in the ruck should have it over McAvoy, and they're the two doing the centre bounce now.
St Kilda by 23 points. Clear Solar scoreboard. Bad bounce, umpire said play on. So Hayes has the ball, tackled by Ling. Secondary bounce coming up. Clear Solar scoreboard. 7-3-45 the Saints. The Cats 3-4-22. Earlier today, Sydney by 15 points over North Melbourne. Ball got the tap away, coming through Raph Clark. Handball to Montagna. Loops one to Hayes, 55 metres out, tackled. Had to get rid of the football this time. Knocked forward, well done that time. Shannon Burns battled really, really hard, Scotty, right in front of you. Ball thrown out on the medallion, to be thrown in on the Medallion Club wing.
Yeah, and little Joey Montagna having a crack at him too. This is just like two little blokes going at each other. It's almost embarrassing. Stop it.
There's a lot of yap amongst those little blokes,
like
Scotty.
Jack Russells.
15 minutes gone, second quarter. St Kilda by 23 points. Saints win it. Baker tackled, then he was hung on for too long. Umpire said play on. Hayes gives it to Montagna. Through traffic, got it to ball. Kicks St Kilda to half forward. Revolt on the bounce, not able to get it. Comes off his boot, bounces end on end, out of bounds Shorey. Half forward right, 48 around from the St Kilda goal. They lead by 23 points, 15-minute mark, second quarter. Clear Solar scoreboard.
Ball spinning back into play and it's knocked out by Blake. Blake got it over the top towards Del Santo. Diving on the ball is Lenny Hayes.
Rex.
The umpire will bounce it right half forward for St Kilda, leading by 23 points.
Good stat from Graham Bond.
Yeah.
Geelong 68 kicks, 88 handball. St Kilda 91 and 54.
Full stop. The ball came out there to Hogan.
It, Geelong handballing it.
Yeah, pressure.
And hand passed it off to Selwood. Got it off to Chapman. Chapman hand passed over the top. Selwood can't see it, but Baker did. It came back to Chapman. The brick Scheisenhausen driven into the ground, and the umpire said, yes, you can take a free kick. On the right, on the left half back flank, on the Port Phillip Bay side. And it's going to be Milburn taking angry pills.
He is angry, man.
Yeah, but that's good. They need this. They need some emotion in the game, Geelong.
Yeah, I agree.
They need to take a few risks.
Cameron Ling having his first break for the game.
So it's going to be Chapman to kick a long ball down onto the wing. The big hairy cat. He's got 5 to beat. He ducked his head. It went out to Goddard. Goddard got it onto Farron Ray and got it onto Baker and got it back over there to Sam Fisher. Right half back flank. Kicked it onto the centre wing. Here comes Zach Dawson. Following up Sam Fisher. It went to Blake. Blake's in trouble. Holding the ball. Turn over to Geelong. The big hairy cat. He's got nowhere to go. He kicked a long bomb. Yablet!
Well done, Varco.
Yablet kicked the goal. They got it on quick. They got it down there before St Kilda could group. And Ablett kicked his second goal. Ablett! Lachlan Partners player of the day. And Geelong go to 4-4-28. St Kilda 7-3-45. Clear Solar scoreboard. Ablett!
Well, I reckon I'd go Varco, because Varco's tackle was the thing to turn him around. He was sensational. They had been out-tackled by St Kilda the one time that they laid a good tackle, that turnover. And I'll tell you what, Tommy Hawkins, he's got to start the lift, because he was lazy from that kick out. It was only Varco's great pressuring skills that caused that turnover for them.
Hawkins has had one hand pass for the game.
Enough. Get involved, get your body involved, youngster.
17 points St Kilda lead by 9 minutes to go to half-time. Back in the middle. Blake the tap. Selwood bashes through. Tackled by Hayes. The Saints win it. Ball got the handball to McWalter. Centre half forward. The pass is on. What a beauty. Goes to Schneider. And the quick reply comes right up now. Magnificent play from the Saints. 8-3-51. Geelong 4-4-28. 18 minutes gone, second quarter, clear solar scoreboard.
Bondi will give us the tackle stats. We saw Varco tackle Joe Blake. Geelong got the goal. At the centre bounce, they put big Gardner back in the ruck. They got the ball going St Kilda's way. It was picked up there by a Geelong player, and it was the Lenny Hayes tackle, which was a beauty. He dispossessed, I think it was Selwood, and then McWalter with a nice little chip over to Schneider set the goal up.
Yeah, 30 tackles to 20 St Kilda's way. Schneider, Montagna, Goddard, Del Santo and Graham. 5 apiece to Schneider and Montagna. 3s to Goddard, Del Santo and Graham.
Looks like Milburn's injured. They're trying to get Kelly on.
Trying to get him off. He's hurt his right leg in a contest with himself.
Kilda by 23 out of the centre. The brick Scheisenhausen. Chapman got it to half forward. Ablett's there, tackled by Gilbert. Got it across looking for Rook. Good play down there, Joe Blake, and also Lenny Hayes. He got it off to the half-back flank. Now Sam Fisher fumbled. It went out. Gilbert claiming the mark. That's holding the ball. The umpire, Ray Chamberlain, said, no, it's not. I'm going to bounce it. Left half forward at the fish market end. St Kilda 8-3-51. Geelong a 4-4-28. So Chamberlain's having a look at Baker, and the blood's not coming from that wrapping around his cranium. So the umpire put it down, and going up down there was Mumford. It was Blake as well. The hand pass, I'll get those nuts out of me throat in a minute. The ball, well, it's Cashews. A long ball down towards Goddard, and it's how to play on the full. And I'm going to change me nuts, Tone.
Thank you very much. Out on the full. Taylor's got it on the wing. Goes short. It's a 23-point margin to the Saints on the bounce. Mackey back to Taylor, back to Mackey, forward of the wing. Kicks it wide. The lead up there. Hawkins marks.
Come on, son. Yeah, well done. I like that.
Tough shot, Shorey, for him, though.
Yeah, no, well, he's right footer. He's right footer. And you know what happened? Gary Ablett said to him, settle down, but he already put his hand up and say, I'm having a shot at you. So well done. This is what Mooney should have done 15 minutes ago.
Absolutely.
Darren Milburn, right ankle is the problem. The footy went over his head that landed in Schneider's hands, and he's jumped and fallen awkwardly on it. He's come off. The doctor's giving him treatment now.
Tough kick for Hawkins. Got to kick at 47, 48 metres. He's deep in the pocket, half forward left.
He kicks across the face of goal.
Should have passed it.
And one behind results, 4-5.
No way. You take the responsibility on, Scotty Cummings.
You ever seen me pass it?
No.
There you go.
The Saints have moved it out quickly. They lead by 22 points, St Kilda. Couple of little passes at centre half back. They're controlling the football. Ray has it for the Saints. Wants to come wide to the Medallion Club wing. Revolt on the bounce. Great running. Couldn't trap it this time. As Taylor got the handball then to Enright. Enright back to Ling. Ling has to knock it over the top. As the Saints quite happy as McWalter. Defence first, then Robert knocked it out of bounds. They get a stop play forward of the wing, the Saints, on the Medallion Club side.
About 3 kicks to Revolt have landed 1.5 metres short. Just hasn't been able to get to them.
21 minutes gone, second quarter. St Kilda by 22 points on the clear solar scoreboard.
Blake got it down, but it was rowed by Joe Montana into the hands of Bartel. But it was taken over there. Hand passed on by Geary to Joe Montana. Now here's a bit of a go. It was Corey. Got it to Selwood. This is Yablett. Yablett left hand pass to Hogan. Hogan's hand pass puts Selwood under pressure. He's got Del Santo right on his hammer. Selwood kept it in. Came around. Went out there for Enright. He was clean bowled, not offering a shot. Now Enright came again. He's good with his second efforts. And the umpire McFarlane will put it down. Right half forward. St Kilda answering every challenge. They're 8 goals, 351. Geelong are 4 goals, 529. Clear solar scoreboard for RW football today.
So ball between wing half forward. Saints into attack at the Coventry or South Melbourne end. The bounce. Gardner. Hayes comes through. Little handball close to the boundary line. Geary keeps it in front of himself. Off the deck that time, Montagna. Oh, a chance. Can Jones pick it up? He's 20 metres out. Not able to. Kelly defensively for Geelong. Got it off to Ablett. He avoids one, avoids two. Kicks across goal. They've got numbers defensively out there.
Well done, Ablett.
It was great as Chapman's got the kick. Now can they break from defence? There's not much on at the moment. Varco was an opportunity. Burns was the target. Ball knocked forward again by the Saints. Coming up at half back. It's going to be Chapman. Does a little ring around the rose. He gave it to Varco against the boundary line. Varco the handball on the bounce. Kelly gets it on the wing back to Varco. He's trying to knock it in front of him. Handball's in front of himself. Ball stays alive. Raf Clark comes up with the Saints out of sight of the ground. They've got a chance to really move it. Forward of the wing. Kaczynski's got the football.
He certainly has, and he comes out now and kicks a long ball inside 50 towards Jones, and coming back Bartel.
Oh, what a mark.
What a mark by the Brownlow medalist. That was a wonderful, courageous mark, and he got it off quickly there to Stokes. Stokes at centre half back, marks it. Got it off to Rockling. Got it to Corey. Marks at the left half forward flank. Runs to 45. I don't know why he did this. Now he's going to have to come around and he kicks a goal.
Oh, how good's that?
He wasn't sure of himself lining it up, so he stopped, he propped, and he was like you, Tone. You mentioned Ringa Ringa Rosie. I have amazing thoughts in my mind of you playing Ringa Ringa Rosie. But it's a goal to Geelong in a Lachlan Partners play of the day. Geelong 5-5-35, St Kilda 8-3-51. And this is on the clear solar scoreboard.
Jimmy Bartel mark at centre half back, amazing. You know what we're seeing? We're seeing one team, St Kilda, bring the best out of Geelong because Bartel's mark, he ran with the flight of the ball. It was as courageous as could be. He didn't know what was coming, leapt over the pack, he held it. So strong was the intent on the mark, he wouldn't let it go as he crashed to the ground. Got up, gave it to Ling. Ling set it to Corey for the goal.
How is Geelong so close with an inoperative forward line?
16 points they trail by. Can they get out of the middle? No. Hayes wins it, gives it to Clint Jones. Scrambles one back to the middle of the ground. Schneider's got the ball. He waits. Everyone runs past him. Kicks to centre half forward. McWalter marks 65 metres out, dead in front. Kicks it high and wide. Wants someone to run. Milne 1-2 grabs, can't take it. Bartel at half back gives it to Kelly. Tackled, releases, got it to Hogan. Got it to Taylor, close to the back pocket for Geelong. Kicks it high and wide toward the wing at half back. The Cats want to get onto the ball. Selwood takes it. They trail by 16. They're moving the ball along the wing. Ling has the football. 25 minutes gone, second quarter. Clear solar scoreboard. It's St Kilda 51, Geelong 35. Handball goes to Shannon Burns. He kicks it wide to half forward. Hawkins one-handed. Not able to take it. Gilbert wearing him close. Ball out of bounds, 52 metres around from the Geelong goal.
Stevie Milne struggling.
Yep, contested possessions this quarter. Geelong 33, St Kilda 18.
And the ball now spinning back into play. Hawkins went up, and I sent a message out to him now. Just go for everything, son. Throw caution to the wind. That's how you succeed. The ball comes out to Gilbert. Gilbert now, if you don't take a risk, the greatest risk of all. And Geelong have come back at St Kilda. St Kilda are 8-3-51 and Geelong are 5-5-35. Clear Solar scoreboard. We're approaching half-time. Capacity crowd here at the Dome. And the ball spinning back into play. Blake right over the top. Gardner went out towards Goddard and Jones, who's been very good. It went out Joel Corey. He can't control the ball, but Rockling did. He got it back towards Hogan, but Farron Ray intercepted. Joe Montana is almost assassinated as the ball went out to Farron Ray. Here comes a stilt man in Gardner. Gardner's got a long lead from Kaczynski. Kaczynski comes up with Scarlett. Takes a wonderful contested mark. Milne crawling for it. So the umpire said play on. And here comes Graham. But going up, Graham can't take it.
You seen Revolt? And that was a free kick.
Milne should have got a free kick.
Well, he's not.
Revolt's going to kill himself. He's hurt himself.
You know what happened, though? Kelly ran straight at Milne, thinking he was going to mark the ball and make contact. Should have been a free kick.
Oh, St Kilda, Geelong was asleep then as Enright tried to find him out at half-back. Eventually it goes to Bartel. He kicks the ball towards the boundary line, and I reckon the Cats happy with that, Shorey.
I tell you what.
That run with
Revolt, you saw it, Scotty. Explain it.
He was 10 metres in front of Kaczynski when Kaczynski kicked the footy. The kick went 45, 50 metres, and he ran with a flight the entire way.
St Kilda by 16 points. Ball on the wing. Selwood won it. Gave the handball to Burns. Little right foot round his body. Rook couldn't get there. Coming up, another magnificent mark. Sam Fisher. Graham, his afternoon again. Please forget
Yes, mark number 7. This will be possession number 16 coming up for Sammy Fisher. Next best for St Kilda is 12 with Hayes.
I tell you what, Rob, 2.5 minutes can't come quick enough for some of these blokes. They are off their feet at the moment.
Defensive side of the wing. Fisher goes to Clint Jones, having a beauty. Short again to Raph Clark. Ball didn't carry, so he's got to knock it back. Hopefully Jones can get there. Handball over his head, then he wins it. Then he broke the Ablett tackle and got away, Clint Jones. Handball, he wants Farron Ray to run for him. He decides now to kick it long to full forward. The Saints are into attack. Bartel's got to go, and he does. Knocks to the boundary line.
Bartel.
Gee, there's been some courage,
I tell you what, it's an amazing game. Poor old Clint Jones kicks as if he's got a pair of moccasins on. He's got to get a bit of oomph in the boot.
Clear Solar scoreboard, 27 minutes gone. It's St Kilda 51, Geelong 35.
So some special comments by the big dog himself. The ball on the left half forward flank for St Kilda. Here's Revolt. Revolt's there, so is Ablett. The big guns are firing, and the umpire says, give it to me, Chamberlain. He'll put it down centre half forward, River End for St Kilda. They lead on the Clear Solar scoreboard. 8-3-51 to Geelong, 5-5-35. The umpire went bang, and up there goes McAvoy. Coming through Del Santo. Kicked it quick to half forward. Bartel, magnificent. Got it across now. This is going to be a long kick out by the young man in Enright. He got it out to the left half-back flank. Now Taylor kicked a long ball down towards the centre wing. Going up Chapman, can't take it. Joe Montana kicked it forward for St Kilda. Here comes Mackie, pushing the back. No, said the umpire. Enright again. Hand past Chapman. Chapman nowhere to go, but he's going to hand pass to Scarlett at full back.
So Scarlett now to try and set it up late in the second quarter. Kick effective. Found Kelly. He's played on. He's gone. Milne, ball turned over. Montagna to have a shot from 35 metres. Does it hold its line? No. One behind, minute to half time. St Kilda 8-4-52 at the 29-minute mark. Geelong 5-5-35. Earlier today, if you've just joined us, Sydney by 15 points over North Melbourne. This is an absolute classic at the moment. St Kilda just holding the aces. They lead by 17 points. As Scarlett very short and wide to the back pocket on the kick in. Kelly has the football. So Kelly, under a minute to go. Told now to get on with it. Keeps it low and wide. The ball just skids off the turf and out of bounds. Well, it is, Rob. So the result is the ball gets thrown in half forward left at the Coventry end. Saints are into attack. Probably about 65 metres around from their goal. Under a minute to go to half time. Saints by 17 points.
The ball now spinning back into play, and McAvoy got the knockout, and he tried to get another possession. Ablett's in there with there's another ball there to man that Chapman. Chapman and Ablett go to the same hairdresser. I know him well. Good afternoon, Benny, down at Mordialloc, and the umpire said, give it to me. At the moment, it is a 17-point lead towards St Kilda. It came out there to Lenny Hayes, and he kicked it forward. Isby a handy one and all. Revolt nearly took it. It went out to Del Santo. He hand passed it off to Jones. Oh, here comes Kelly. And within 30 seconds of the half-time siren, it's out of play. Left forward pocket for St Kilda. The ball spinning back into play.
Can the Saints just grab one and extend the margin? Revolt the tap. McAvoy tries to grab it. Corey absolutely besieged by Hayes. 20 out from the Saints goal. Shorey, the umpire, to toss it up. Dangerous spot now for Geelong. They trail by 17 and the Saints get it right in front of goals, 25 metres out.
22 seconds.
It has been very dangerous, I tell you. This is look, it's just also emotional. If they can sneak a goal here, the Saints, they go in half-time on a run.
So McAvoy tries to get the tap away, still hasn't been cleared. 17 seconds to go. Another bounce coming up.
It's a rolling maul.
And what about this? Geelong's two best players, Bartel and Ablett, have not been interchanged in the first half.
Is that
He's
fair,
kept his big guns on for the whole first half.
That's amazing.
So, can the Saints just grab one, extend the margin right on half-time? It's 20 out from their goal. Mumford, the tap, the snap from Ball over his shoulder. And misses everything out on the full. So that'll do us to half-time, you'd think now. With St Kilda 8-4-52, Geelong 5-5-35. The short kick. Oh, they nearly mucked it up, but Enright bravely takes the mark. He will go short, and that's all the fun for the first half. What a game of football. What a tough.
All the fun.
That's it for the first half, Shorey.
I don't think it's funny out there for them.
8-4-52, the Saints. Geelong 5-5-35.
Guys, are you loving reliving this action and calling what was such a memorable game? How is it looking at with fresh eyes?
Well, I haven't had a kick, so I'm not going too well at the moment.
No, it's strange, to be honest. You almost feel a little bit nervous watching it because you understand what the feeling was like at the times. I mean, this is over 10 years ago, but still a lot of great memories, and I guess the excitement coming into it and the expectation, you still feel that, or I feel that even now.
And knowing what the second half brings, Jonesy, is probably exciting me more, because I mean that was a good first half, but the second half was just enormous.
It gets better, doesn't it? Well, we're going to have a look at our Jim Beam teammate moment now, and it involves none other than Nick Riewoldt. And this long bomb. Look, we're giving it a very generous 58 metres.
You kicked that right on 50.
It goes a little way back.
I'm not sure that's 8 metres after long.
58.3. One of your better kicks, Nick.
That's a good
one, yeah, it was straight. I'm not too worried about the distance.
We had times, you kicked so many more goals than I did, but we both had periods in our careers where we could shank them.
Yep.
So when they came off the boot, sweet, geez, you really ran back with a little.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, yeah, no, it was straight to the middle of the ground. Just whoever you got to on the way through. It was unscripted. It was unscripted. Just run and make sure.
Can you just both do that together to the break? Just that run back. Come on,
run back.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see what Nick and Moons have got for us in the second half as the heavyweights continue to trade blows right here on Fox Footy.
You're watching Sunday Ticket on Fox.
Here comes Revolt. Revolt's got it. Revolt's at 55 metres and he kicks a long goal. Goodness gracious me.
You like Fisher, Tone?
I do.
McWalter, 40 metres out, has kicked a goal. Geelong are in trouble of losing pace.
Give it to me, give it to me.
Bucko gets it out and Milburn has marked it.
Bucko!
And he's grilled a goal. That's a wonderful goal.
Goes to Snyder.
Don't play on, for God's sake.
And the quick reply comes right up now.
Yablett! Yablett kicks a goal.
17-point margin in favour of the Saints, 8-4-52 to Geelong, 5-5-35. Scotty, we've got an idea of what the atmosphere's like from up here, but you're down at ground level.
Oh, Tone, it's fantastic. And as both teams ran out there at half-time too, it's just as electric. Benches for this second half, Big McAvoy, Farron Ray, Jaron Geary and Luke Ball. It seems to be used very sparingly, Luke Ball, for such a quality player. And for Geelong, Mumford, Hogan, Stokes and Darren Milburn, who is fighting that right ankle injury. But Tone, atmosphere's electric. There's a great buzz as the Geelong players go out to their side and they walk past the St Kilda team, who are still arm in arm. Just a couple of final words of motivation, and we're set for an absolutely magnificent second half of footy.
We're a minute away from starting. Wolsey, what would you like to see?
I'd like to see Brad Ottens lining up in the forward line for Geelong. But it ain't going to happen today. It will, undoubtedly, and that's what they need, Brad Ottens. But they've gone with the two big fellas in the forward line to start this third quarter. Hawkins and Mooney, both of them need to lift. Varco, Rook and Shannon Byrne is down there, so too Chappie.
And they've started Blake in the centre circle because he's had 17 hit-outs. Gardner's only had the 7. So I thought Blake was very good in the second half of that second quarter. They've gone straight with him. Mumford started on the bench, so they said, all right, you're our number one ruckman now. We want to see if you can get us some ball control. And Selwood, who else is in the centre? Gary Ablett's right in the middle too. I reckon that's good. You've got to start your best players in there.
So there's one result already today. That was Sydney by 15 points. Game certainly in the balance. Start of the second half. The Saints lead by 17 points.
So the umpire, Chamberlain, comes in and goes bang. The ball rises up and beaten again there, Gardner, by Blake, and it went out to Selwood. Gee, was crunched by Zach Dawson. Selwood came off and held past all towards Corey. Corey kicked a long ball to Rook. Rook goes up, he can't take it. Raphael Clark is there. And he hand passed a long ball. Sam Fisher's down. Have a look at that. The ball outside 50 towards Leonard Hayes. And a long ball down onto the wing. Here he is, Daddy Longlegs. And Gardner has marked it. Hand pass over the top to Joe Montana, but it went into the hands of Enright. Enright gave it to Yablett. Yablett left-handed hand pass across to Blake and got it out to Enright and got it to Bartel and got it down to Chapman. Chapman now sold the dummy. Ran to 50. Kicked a long ball. A long goal. What a start.
Touched.
All right. So it's touched. I think it's touched. Yes, it is. And Geelong go to 5 goals, 6:36 and Kilda 8-4-52. Divine home scoreboard. Goddard got it on the left half-back flank. Here comes Schneider, who takes a mark in front of Mackie.
Sam Fisher, desperate touch on the goal line. For a bloke who just hurt himself minutes earlier, was very courageous.
So Snyder goes back, concedes ground to Blake closer to full-back. Dawson is target at half-back. Ball doesn't carry to him. On the bounce, has to get rid of it. Geelong, well done. Great tackle, rewarded. So the free kick going to Bartel and Graham. His numbers again, he's been brilliant today.
Bartel, 22 disposals, Tony.
Oh, free at centre half forward. Chapman in front of Graham. They were asleep then, the Saints.
Yeah, and they were asleep with the Joe Blake kick. Was a very soft off the boot kick. And Zach Dawson, I don't know who he thinks he is, if he thinks he can shrug off these Geelong small forwards, because they will wrap you up. Zach Dawson, he's become too big.
I tell you what, Corey is out on the opposite flank, and he's telling Blake to go in to take the defender. Have to be a quick switch though. He's going to have a shot at goal, Chappie.
54 metres out. Geelong trail by 16 points. Can Chapman kick a goal? It's going on. Touched off hands, one behind.
Remember Zach Dawson used to be skinny Zach?
Yeah.
Now he's big Zach.
5-7-30. Said, well, you can bulk up, Robert. I can assure you of that.
Go on, Tone.
He's no big dog.
8-4. St Kilda by 15 points. 8-4-52.
You idiot.
No dogs on this show.
Divine home scoreboard.
It's taken by Hawkins on the left half forward flank, and he got it back inboard towards centre half forward. This is Selwood. Selwood kicked it over the top to Bartel. He'll be killed if Baker gets him. He does. And Bartel has got it. Baker got him. And Baker wants to fight Mackie. And for Vic Super, young man, there's another game across the desert today.
There certainly is. Rex Fremantle with the first goal against Carlton this afternoon. 1 straight 6. Carlton yet to score.
You know what, Jimmy Bartel, he's trying to win this off his own boot. Just so courageous.
He hand passed off to Chapman, who kicked a long ball down towards Mooney. And Rook went up. He couldn't take the mark. Running onto it, Gilbert. Rook is still there. So too Burns. Play on, said the umpire. Burns hand pass, but it went out to Goddard. Got it back to Snyder. Snyder went bang, and it went to Kaczynski. What a good pass. What a good mark. A beautiful mark. Kaczynski kicked it onto the wing to Graham.
So Graham's got the mark. The Saints lead by 15 points. 3 minutes, third quarter, Divine home scoreboard. Graham spots a man free. Snyder can't complete the mark. Ball in the middle of the ground. Harley coming through. Tackle. Puts the ball on the deck. Umpire calls play on. Still in the middle of the ground. Now coming in. And the ball to be bounced. 8-4-52 the Saints. Geelong 5-7-37. Divine home scoreboard. Wolsey going 4 minutes, third quarter.
Yeah, and plenty around the ball at this centre bounce.
Goddard, they're going to win it out of the middle. The Saints got it to Hayes. Hayes kicks it high. The bounce eludes Mackie. Coming through Ling though. Ling at half back. Just a little handball away. Corey with skill and poise, runs to half-back, kicks the ball in the Ablett direction, coming through Clark of St Kilda, knocks it to the boundary line. Scotty will catch our breath as you're down there for Payne away.
Ablett looks around, shaking his head and says, where's the blokes to contest it in the air? And he's got a pretty fair point. Mooney's pointing, he's blaming Hawkins, saying, get back. That's a very good point. You take notice when a bald man says what to do, Tone.
Do you want me to call?
No, just take notice. I'm calling. And I'm not done yet. Few blokes reckon I might be. Here comes Blake. Went out to Corey. Got it off towards Selwood. This is a brick. Scheisenhausen and Chapman. Chapman got it off to Bartel. Here's the big hairy cat. Do something to Selwood. Here comes Tommy Hawkins. And Hawkins has got it. But the umpire said play on. Picked up Ablett. Left Ablett. Right Ablett. Broke the tackle. Gave it across there to Hawkins. He can't control it. And went over the boundary line and out of bounds. He's about as slow as Tone going out at half time to have a leak. Divine home scoreboard, St Kilda 8-4-52, Geelong 5-7-37.
And my apologies for those who had to wait. So it's a 15-point margin. Saints lead, early stages, third quarter. Gardner, the tap, Goddard put it on the deck, loses it. Varco, the handball, 25 out from Geelong's goal. Saints defence under pressure. Hayes had a brilliant game, comes up with it, just kicks it into the middle of the ground. Leading up this time, Revolt, ball knocked away by Taylor. Geelong win it at the deck. Bartel to Taylor, long kick towards full forward. Hawkins. Yeah, not in the contest.
They cannot even mark. I'd even go with a small forward line.
Got to get his father to teach him that you can leap, but you got to time your leap. The ball out to Graham, right half back flank.
They're under siege. This St Kilda defence.
They've done all the attacking. Geelong 6-1 inside 50s for the quarter.
Yeah, they are under siege at the moment. The Saints. They need to get it into their forward line, take a bit of pressure off defence.
Graham onto the centre wing. Here's the man with the long legs. Daddy long legs. Gardner can't take it. Hand pass by Harley, went out to Kelly. Calling for the ball there is Mackie. Mackie at centre half back of the fish market end, kicked it along. Yablett, he's got to beat two. Jones is right on his hammer. Ablett got it, hand pass it off. Oh, he clean bowled Corey. Corey picks it up and he'll try and hand pass to Mackie. He'll try and hand pass, but over the top of Mackie's head. Montana's there. Got to come in and help him Enright. Now Enright, go over the top, but there's a free kick. Mackie, he was legged. And you can pull Gardner around the waist and you'd still be legging him.
So Mackie wins it at half-back. Man free on the wing, Chapman. That's where he goes. Now it's a contest. Blake knocks the ball away. Close again to the boundary line on the Medallion Club wing. St Kilda lead. 8-4-52. Geelong 5-7-37. Divine home scoreboard. 7 minutes gone. Third quarter. Ball's tossed in. Gardner. Ruckwork solo. Taps it away. Graham not able to pick it up. Selwood in there hard and tough, wins it. Shovels it out towards... free kick Del Santo. Got it high.
No, it was before that, Tony.
Chapman was vigorous. So Jones got it to Del Santo. Back to Goddard. He kicks. Revolt running hard. Got a metre on Taylor. Traps the ball. Then gets away from him. Forward of the wing. Kicks to the forward pocket. The Saints looking for Gardner and find him.
What a good kick by Revolt. And I think Kazitsky's been flattened in that contest. And he was slowly getting himself up. It was a super kick by Revolt. He turned around, hooked the ball back into the middle corridor. He saw Kazitsky and he saw Gardner. I reckon Gardner was the target, and the big fella stood firm, and those big arms went up. And he was able to mark it. He's directly in front, 30 metres out. And Michael Gardner's been pretty accurate this year.
He doesn't miss, Wolsey.
He doesn't miss there, Scotty.
30 out directly in front. The Saints extend the margin now. They go to 9-4-58, 21 points in front of the Cats, 5-7-37. 8 minutes gone, third quarter, Divine home scoreboard. Earlier today, Sydney defeated North Melbourne by 15 points. Final game underway for Vic Super. Shane McGuinness.
Carlton have only had 2 touches in 6 minutes of play time. They trail by 19 points. Fremantle 3-1-19. The Blues yet to score.
Oh, gee whiz. I tell you, wasn't that against the trend of play? They've been inside 50, 6 times.
6 times to 1 up until then.
And then you're going to score. And Geelong have just made a statement here. They've taken Hawkins off. And they put Milburn the full forward. I don't mind that because he's a smart player and knows how to work in the space. So they had to go with a different mix in their forward line.
So Geelong trail by 21 points, getting back to the dangerous zone if St Kilda can get another one. They try to, but here comes Bartel. He was all tied up, and it was a good tackle too by Del McAvoy, and the umpire said, "Give it to me." Thank you very much. So the Australian game on great display here tonight. Knocked out by the Mummy. Mumford got it to Ablett. Got it up to Selwood. He kicked it off the side of his boot. It was a skew mongrel punt. Running onto it, Varco. Ran away from Baker. Got on the left boot with a pie floater. Same as a fly floater. The ball came out there to Blake. Blake kicked a long ball outside 50, and here comes Snyder.
In the back, Snyder.
And Snyder's got it. And Snyder now and St Kilda gaining with confidence every moment. St Kilda lead 9-4 to 5-7. Off the right half-back flank. Snyder's told to play on. You can run at him now anytime you like, Harley. A long ball down towards Revolt. He's up. He can't take it. Running onto it there is Corey. Might have got one in the back. No, said the umpire, and Chamberlain will bounce it on the centre wing. And he'll bounce it right in front of an adoring St Kilda crowd. And we're now into the 10th minute of the third term. The Divine Home scoreboard. St Kilda 9-4, 58. Geelong 5-7, 37 by 21 points, St Kilda.
So Mumford got the tap away, free kick, and I reckon it may well be going the Saints' way from the ruck infringement.
Not taking it.
Has got it.
How's he been, Bodney? They've been pretty quiet, I think.
This quarter, just his first possession for this quarter for the game, Tony. He's had a total of 14.
And how many for Lenny Hayes, Bondi?
Lenny Hayes up to 16 now, having a spell on the bench.
So he concedes about 50 metres to centre half back, but the Saints control the ball. Baker marks. Now he goes to Dawson, half back flank, middle of the ground, man free, great kick. Mark taken by Blake, coming through Gilbert, avoids one, tumbles it forward, don't like it. Now can Carley get up and release the ball? Yes, he does, running through, Kelly's got the ball, middle of the ground, too much on the kick
over
for
the head
Hogan.
of Hogan, it went to Gilbert. Gilbert pushed himself off. And the other thing was, well, here comes Montana, got it to Gilbert and got it out there to Little Boy Ball. Cuddles Boy got it to Joe Blake at half back, and this is Gilbert who marks it in the centre of the ground. So St Kilda 9-4, 58 and Geelong 5-7, 37 in the centre of the ground. It's Cuddles Boy Ball. He's taken a mark just on the left-hand side of the centre of the ground. They're kicking down to the fish market end, and we've gone into the 12th minute of play. It went back to Gilbert. Play on, said the umpire. He ran to the left, then to the right. He ran around the blokes as if they weren't there to Revolt. Down to Harry Taylor. What a wonderful mark by Harry Taylor. Centre half back, fish market end. Geelong under siege at the moment. They're in trouble, Geelong.
Yeah, they trail by 21 points as Taylor just taking his time now, told to get rid of it. Handball to Wablett to Taylor, outside defensive 50, short and wide. Rook the target, good mark in front of Blake that time.
They've got no flow, Tony, in their play, and this is mainly because St Kilda got numbers behind the ball.
Rook goes in towards the middle. Oh, bad kick. Corey was finally able to trap the ball. Got it off that time then to Enright. Ablett, middle of the ground. Handballs to Stokes, to Scarlett, who's run forward. The pass is on. Mackey's marked 48 metres out for the Cats.
He'll kick the distance, there's no doubt about that, Mackie. And he's a beautiful kick. You reckon he's every chance to kick a goal?
Yeah, no doubt. Before the Mackey kick, Shane McGuinness for Vic Super.
Fremantle all over Carlton at Subiaco at the moment. Tone 4-1-25 for the Blues yet to score.
So Mackey, desperate for this now. The Cats, they trail by 21 points. Goes back, the contact was very good. If it carries the pack, and it does, goal to Geelong. Clive Peters' goal of the day. Under pressure, Andrew Mackey delivers. Geelong 6-7-43, trail by 15 points. St Kilda 9-4, 58 on the Divine Home scoreboard.
He's a beautiful kick, Andrew Mackey. Now, I know he's doing a good job across halfback, but he is another option to go forward. I have seen him do it before, and he's a beautiful kick. Can mark above his head. He's a hard matchup for any side. I don't think they'll go with it at the moment, but, gee, they needed that goal. They've been good. They have been good, Geelong, early in this quarter, and that goal, as we said, was against the flow of play for the Saints with Gardner.
Goals are important because we've played 13 minutes in this third quarter and it's only one goal apiece.
8 inside 50s to 3 Geelong's way, 47 disposals to 38 for Geelong this quarter.
St Kilda led by 19 points at quarter time, 17 at half time. Now they lead by 15 points. Another goal to Geelong would get the crowd going. It'll be under 10 points. And the umpire said, give it to me, and Graham Bond for Europe car today.
Well, Ablett and Bartel, another great quarter. Both have had 5 disposals already this quarter.
So the umpire, Rosebery, put it down. A wonderful bounce too. Knocked out over there by Mumford. He went through. The mummy couldn't get it. He was mummified. And the umpire said, give it to me again. And Robert Wall's looking on with a lot of interest today.
Well, it's just a terrific contest, Rick. It's not the greatest game you've ever seen, and that's because the skills aren't wonderful, because the tackling pressure by both sides is so great, so the players are hurried every time they touch the footy.
The umpire put it down. Mumford got it across to Ablett. Ablett hand pass to Chapman. Chapman hand pass to Stokes. And here comes Mooney.
Kick a goal.
Mooney now. I'll just get a microphone down. Now listen, Pat, you can give not only yourself a lift, but the side will lift by kicking this goal. If you kick this, it's back to 9 points.
Righto, Rex.
We are depending on you, and John Kennedy would say, do something. So he lines it up and he's kicked a long goal.
Why would you hand pass?
That's the way to do it. Your money for nothing and your kicks for free. When all seems lost, never give up. That'll give them the spark. And here comes Geelong. They're 7-7-49. St Kilda 9-4-58. Divine home scoreboard.
Bondi, I think we've got to look at clearances because I know you said inside 50s all that way, but I thought Mumford also just got a couple of clearances himself, and Ablett and Chapman have had an impact in that middle of the ground.
Yeah, it's 4 apiece this quarter, but out of the centre, that's where Geelong are getting on top. Since quarter time, they've won 4-2 out of the centre.
Big time for McAvoy here, Tony. He's got to stand up for the Saints here.
Every Geelong player too, straight to Cam Mooney. They know what that goal meant to him.
15 and a half minutes gone, third quarter. St Kilda by 9 points. Divine home scoreboard, 58-49. The bounce, McAvoy, the tap, knocked forward by Chapman, still in the centre square. Milburn comes through, gives it to Mumford. It's the pass on at centre half forward, carries the pack. Stokes has got the ball, handballs over his head. On the bounce to Rook, to Selwood around his body. No one's home, no one's home. Selwood goals, we've got a 3-point game. Clive Peters' goal of the day. 8-7-55, the Cats, they trail.
Oh, it's on out there. Not on the Mumford.
9-4-58, the Saints on the Divine home scoreboard.
Well, and I can tell you now, this play is happening with 2 blokes sitting on the bench, Hawkins and Blake, and they better get their act together or they're going to miss out.
And I tell you what, St Kilda want to get Gardner on straight away because that is where they're getting slaughtered at the moment, Rob.
Yeah, and a couple of clearances. Milburn playing in the forward line. Ball was punched towards centre half forward. He came and met the footy, handballed back to a teammate, and they were able to get the ball into that forward line. The Selwood goal was a beauty. Under pressure, on the left boot, dribbled it through.
And thank you very much. 3 points, it's St Kilda leading. Mumford again, the mummy is mummifying them. Went off to Selwood. Here comes Geelong. It went out to Burns. Chased out there by Gilbert. Couldn't get it to the left half forward flank. It's over the boundary line and out of bounds. And suddenly this game is equilibrating quickly. The crowd is on the edge of their seats. A capacity crowd. Sunday afternoon, 3RW football right across the nation and across the world on 3rw.com.au. Knocked out by Mumford. Went out to Jones. Suddenly St Kilda are the 100 and all the pressure's back on St Kilda. On the Divine home scoreboard, St Kilda 9-4-58. Geelong 8-7-55. The big man who travels by the Met.
So the ball at half forward. It's Geelong into attack. St Kilda the clearance this time as ball kicks at 15 metres to the boundary line. Centre wing out of side to be thrown in. Let's go round the grounds for Vic Super.
Carlton finally get a goal time, but Fremantle lead by 18 points, 4-1-25 for the Blues, 1-1-7.
Earlier today, Sydney by 15 points. It's a 3-point game here. The Saints have led all day. They still lead, but narrowly now. Hayes, tackled by Ablett. Geelong are going to win it at half-back. Hogan, the handball to Mackie. Mackie loops it. Picked up there by Corey at half-back, kicks it wide. One-on-one battle out here.
Out.
Geelong have got the ball. Enright round his body. Puts it in front of Mackie. Mackie traps the ball. He's 55 metres out. He waits. He slung as he handballs it to Varco. Varco kicks Geelong to fall forward. Battle is on now. Where are the Rovers? Coming through Rook. Can't get the ball. Blake was brave. Blake goes again. 20 out from the Geelong goal. Coming through Rook. Rook tackled as he tries to handball it. I reckon the umpire's got to come in and stop it. No, Goddard gives the handball to Raph Clark. Raph Clark at fullback just clears the ball close to the boundary line. Geelong with all the pressure at the moment. Ball kept alive by Selwood. No, the umpire said.
I tell you what, settle down, Tone, because if you explode, there'll be crack. There'll be crap all over the place. Just settle down, Tone. We've got another quarter.
Divine home scoreboard. St Kilda 9-4-58 by 3 points. Geelong 8-7-55. 19 gone third quarter.
The ball now spinning back into play. Mumford knocked it out, but it went straight to Hayes. Hayes off the half-back, went into the centre of the ground and towards Milne. What a beautiful mark that was by Milne. The blowfly sets it up to the right half forward, and here comes Revolt. Tom Harley is up. Revolt tries to get him. Harry Taylor, hand pass across to Harley. Across goes the hand pass there. Snyder got it out to Farron Ray. Here comes Kaczynski. Kozzy's got it. Thank you very much. Sound like the afternoon presenter on that. He's got it. and it's going to be Kaczynski to line it up on the right half forward flank.
Farron Ray, good composure. Look, Milne played on. It was a bold thing to do. Rewalt did well to bring the ball to ground because he was up against two cats. And boy, do they need this goal. They're in front, the Saints, by 3 points, but they need this.
Because he's got one, and he's got one still. It went behind the stick. And St Kilda 9-5-59, Geelong 8-7-55 for Payne away. Scott Cummings for RW football.
Yeah, Joan Geary come off and he's getting his top of his head checked by the doctor there. Might have just had a bit of a cut there, but the big one over here is Gary Ablett right in front of me getting his first break for the day and getting his left calf seen to. Not too bad though, be back out, but it's his first break.
Scarlett short on the kick out, went to Taylor, who went to Corey. Still between back pocket, half back. Corey kicks it long to a contest. Milburn the target there. Nice pack mark to Milburn. Now they're out again, Geelong. They trail by 4 points, but they've got numbers forward of the ball. Stokes has got it between wing half forward against the boundary line. 60 metres out. Kicks beyond centre half forward. Rook stays down. Shannon Burns trying to pick it up through the roving. Tackled by Gilbert. 25-30 out from the Geelong goal. Pack forms right on top of the football. Umpire to come in and bounce.
How important is Rook? Just the ability to keep the ball in the forward area. Sensational.
St Kilda 59, Geelong 55, 21 minutes gone, third quarter, Divine home scoreboard. Geelong into attack. Gardner, the tap, on a barge through Blake, going nowhere. Bondi for Europe car.
This quarter, Tone, inside 50s, 12-4 in favour of the Cats. They've had almost 30 more possessions as well.
Can they grab a goal here and take the lead? 30 metres out. Blake, the tap. Hayes, great hands. Quick to Goddard. Kicks quickly to the boundary line. Wins 35-40 metres. Out of bounds at half back for St Kilda. Half forward for the Cats. Still 60 metres around from their goal. It's St Kilda 59, Geelong 55 on the Divine home scoreboard.
They're into attack right half forward, and it was right over the top. Gardner, but the kick came out, and that was from Baker, and it was marked by Mackey. Mackey's on the right wing on the Port Phillip Bay or the West Cape Freeway side of the stadium. He's got a little bit of a look over there, and he got a call from Joel Corey. Corey marks it in front of Farron Ray. You could throw a blanket over the entire teams at the right half forward flank. It went out now to the big hairy cat. He picks it up. He hand passed to Bartel. It's over towards the boundary line, and as I speak, the umpire will... It's over the boundary line and out of... No, the umpire's pinged somebody, and it's going to be a Geelong free. It's going to go against Lenny Hayes.
Holding the ball.
It's going to go against Burns. Goodness gracious me, that's like Wynnum Tats Lotto. A long ball in towards the big boy Hawkins. Go up, son. But what a mark by Gilbert. He did it wonderfully well. He hand passed it off towards Goddard. Goddard took a bounce. He took another bounce. He ran out towards 50. He came back inboard to centre half back and gave it to Jason Graham. Graham's off. Play on. No, he's not off. The umpire said you can kick it out. And he does so out towards a Joe Blake man who got it down to Goddard.
Ablett back on.
So thanks there, Scotty, down there for Payne away. Goddard short to Graham. They lead by 4 points, the Saints. Defensive handball back to Goddard. Defensive kick, centre half back. Blake's got the ball. He runs beyond defensive 50 now. He broke a tackle. He's run a long way. Handballs to Baker, middle of the ground. He concedes ground by a hand. Goes back to Gilbert, closer to centre half back. This way, that away, wants to go wide to the half-back flank. Kaczynski. No. He didn't complete the mark. If it stays alive, no, ball goes out of bounds.
Tell you what, Tommy Hawkins, he is running around like a headless chook. He just does not know where to go, where to position himself.
23 gone in the third quarter. Divine home scoreboard. Saints have it at half back, and they're going to win it.
He's given away a free kick to Kaczynski. He's just totally lost at the kid. It's just so sad. Someone's got to get him and just have a long talk to him. The ball in the hands of Kaczynski. Kaczynski got it to the right half-back flank, and this is Goddard. So it's St Kilda by 4 points, approaching three-quarter time. A long ball in towards the centre of the ground. It's a wonderful mark by Raphael Clark. Raph Clark gets it across to Nick Del Santo. He kicked it out to the left wing, and this is ball over the top there towards Blake, and Blake's marked it. He's got now Revolt, and Revolt's marked it. 38 metres out on the left half forward flank. On the Williamstown or Port Arlington side of the ground at the Footscray or Fish Market end of the ground. Well, certainly that was excellent, Rex.
Well, it was good play by Blake. because he marked about 49 metres out. I reckon he knew if he went back and kicked from 55 he wouldn't get it. Chipped it to Revolt in the pocket.
And Revolt has gone bang with a long ball that will go out on the full.
Gee.
It's a cotton wool, and he didn't score that time, and it's Scarlett right up against the boundary line, and he plays on, and he hand passed it off to Joel Corey. Got it back to Scarlett. Got it back towards Chapman. Chapman now nowhere to go, but he kicked it beautifully to Harley. Harley didn't let him down. Selwood's on his own on the right wing position, but now he's covered by Jason Graham, and Harley goes back to centre half back, and this is the brick Scheisenhausen in Chapman.
2 minutes to go to three-quarter time. Oh, he's in trouble here, Chapman. Able to turn around, keep it low. Ablett's got to go to his feet. They're still not in danger yet. Geelong, he's holding it, Ablett. Play on, no. Umpire's going to come in now and just bounce the ball.
Well done to Selwood. What about Selwood? The way he saw Ablett was going to get caught holding the ball, just put his body in there, grab the ball off him to make another player in the contest.
The ball bounce is going to be 40 out from the St Kilda goal. They hang on by 4 points late in the third quarter. Blake the tap. Oh, the clearance now to Geelong. Half back. Ablett. Half back to half forward. Hawkins, the leaper. Better poise shown though, St Kilda defensively.
Give the kid a go, Rex.
Gilbert, 1, 2 bounces.
Hold on, it's a free kick.
That's Hawkins, free kick, Rex.
Oh, shepherded at the contest.
I tell you what.
That was the umpire off the play.
That's terrible decision, that.
I agree with you, Scotty.
Hawkins gives it to Bartel, Geelong to go forward.
Back to Hawkins. Kick the thing, son. He does. Kicked a long ball down towards Milburn. Oh, right over the top, Blake. They're just setting them up. They're like rabbits in a spotlight, and then you go bang and put them into a pot and boil them. They're great stuff. And the ball came out there to Blake. Blake kicked it out towards Kaczynski. He marks it deep on the right half-back flank at the river end. The Divine Home scoreboard and clock. 26 minutes have gone. St Kilda 9-5-59. Geelong 8-7-55. Goddard long ball towards Revolt. Revolt takes a mark. Turns around to the left. Goes around to the right. Taylor can't get him. He's kicked a long goal.
What a goal.
Champions do that. Champions kick goals. And he's a champion in every sense of the word, the St Kilda skipper. 3 goals to Nick Revolt. Clay Peters' goal of the day. St Kilda 10-5-65. 10 points ahead of Geelong 8-7-55 on the Divine Home scoreboard. Nothing inspires you more than your best player, your captain, and a good bloke for the sake of the side says let's go.
Well, he's kicked 3 out of their 10. He took the mark 55 metres out, went to the left, umpire said play on, cut back to the right. He's kicked that every bit of 56, 58 metres, and half of it around his body. It was a super goal. An amazing quarter, Bondi, because Geelong's had the dominance. They've kicked 3 goals, St Kilda 2.
15-7, Geelong inside 50s in their favour.
Blake the tap, Chapman to Ablett, still in the middle of the ground. Hang on. Off the ball, free kick going to the Cats. Shane McGuinness for Vic Super.
Fremantle by 30 points, Tone.
I'll take the score, mate. We're still in the middle of the ground.
Yeah, Fremantle by 30 points, 6-2-38. Carlton 1-2-8.
So the kick into the Geelong forward line. Coming back, Gilbert's tackled by Stokes. Hasn't released the ball yet. Stokes has still got hold of him.
The ball.
Umpire allows play to keep going on. 33 seconds to three-quarter time. And the ball to be bounced. Half forward, Geelong into attack, 52 metres out. St Kilda by 10 points, 28-minute mark, third quarter. 33 seconds. Can Geelong get one here? Oh, Jones at half-back. Quick handball. Found Graham. Spirals it beyond the wing to half-forward. Revolt again. Magnificent. Takes a mark. Quick release of the ball. Has Montana running for him. The pass is on. Kaczynski can't complete the mark. Staying down Schneider at half-forward.
Free kick.
Kaczynski
Paid the mark. Paid the mark. The umpire said.
Yep, I didn't think he held it.
He's gone the signal of the mark.
So he goes
he's
short.
hitting himself, the umpire.
Short to Graham. The pass is on. Hayes got to wait on it. Selwood reads it better up the middle of the ground. They need to mark the Cats. Mooney goes one-handed.
50.
Takes a brave mark. He wants to get on with it quickly. I think the siren will beat him.
Gee, what a great last couple of minutes.
Wow, what a game.
10-5-65, the Saints. Geelong 8-7-55. Divine Home scoreboard, no deposit, home and land available. Just call 13-24-66 if you're in the market. Divine Homes, magnificent, tough, hard quarter. Saints 10-5-65, Geelong 8-7-55. 3 to Revolt, one of the great goals of the year, just to extend the margin closer to 2 goals on three-quarter time. A couple to Gardner, the multiples there. And for the Cats, it is Gary Jr., Rob, only multiple scorer with 2 goals.
Well, what an amazing game we're seeing. You just don't get disappointed when you see quality players giving it their absolute all. Look, Geelong had control for just about all of that quarter, Tony. As it turned out, they only got the 3 goals, and that Rewold goal just before three-quarter time meant 2 to St Kilda. So the Saints still hold a 10-point lead, but the game, you sense the game has swung Geelong's way. They're getting more of the ball at the clearances. You've got Ablett coming into it, Bartel and Corey coming into it. They're falling down in their forward line because the 2 big key forwards just really haven't given a yelp.
I thought Mooney was all right that quarter, Rob, because they kept going to Hawkins instead of Mooney when they did go to him. I think you've got to go with a small forward line. Milburn's a smart player. Even Mackie, as I said, you have to get a different setup. I know the kid's trying, but it's not working for him today.
Yeah, and I guess we look at the scoreboard and you say, can Geelong kick 5 goals in the last quarter? Because I reckon they'll need to kick 5 to win the game, because they've kicked 8 till three-quarter time. But let's say Saints get a couple in the last quarter. Will they be able to kick 5? The defensive pressure that St Kilda put on, and they get that rolling zone going. So when Geelong come out of half-back, they're desperately trying to find a teammate free. St Kilda cover better than anybody in the comp nowadays.
St Kilda by 10 points at the final change. 10-5-65 over Geelong. 8-7-55. Fremantle, just on the stroke of quarter time, have a 28-point lead over Carlton. Got a great final quarter coming up. This is 3RW football.
The Saints looking for Gardner and find him. What a good kick by Revolt.
He doesn't miss, Wolsey.
He doesn't miss this, Scotty.
The Saints extend the margin now.
He's no big dog.
Mackie goes back. The contact was very good.
You idiot.
Golden Geelong.
So he lines it up and he's kicked a long goal. Revolt takes the mark. He's kicked a long goal.
What a goal.
Selwood around his body. Oh! Selwood goals. We've got a 3-point game.
Settle down, Tone. We've got another quarter.
We have got another quarter, but if the first 3 is any indication, we're in for a blockbuster final one. St Kilda lead by 10 points, 10-5-65. Geelong 8-7-55, rounding up a result from earlier in the day. Sydney defeating North Melbourne by 15 points. Shane McGuinness, we've got quarter time at Subiaco.
Do indeed. Fremantle by 28 points, 6-2-38. Carlton 1-4-10. The Blues gave away 3 50-metre penalties in that first term, including the drink bottle girl. They couldn't play a trick, the Blues.
Thank you very much. Graham Bond for Europe Car.
Leading ball getters for both sides. Jimmy Bartel, 27 possessions, 24 to Chapman and 23 to Ablett and Selwood. For the Saints, it's Gilbert with 21, Blake 19 and Lenny Hayes 19. Inside 50s, it's evening up. Geelong 40, St Kilda 37. In that third quarter, it was all Geelong, 15-8, and the clearances in that quarter as well, 10-9 in their favour.
Rob? Well, they threw everything at them, the Cats, but St Kilda good enough to withstand it.
Well, there's still the 10 points in front, the Saints. I reckon the game swung Geelong's way. Only got that 1 extra goal in the third quarter. St Kilda have got Goddard going into their forward line. I think that's a good move because they can't just rely on Revolt and Kazitsky. Milne having a very quiet day. Bartel sensational. And Ling doing the tagging job on Del Santo in at the centre bounce with Jones going after Ablett.
Well, we'll see what cream comes to the top because this brings out the best in the real stars of the game. It is St Kilda by 10 points. And Big Daddy Longlings went up. Gardner got a fingernail to it and the umpire came in and said, I'll put it down in the centre of the ground again. So he didn't put it down. He threw it in the air and is knocked out by Blake. Blake of Geelong got it on now towards Rook. Rook's tackled beautifully by Sam Fisher and the umpire crossed himself, gave himself a little bit of a squeeze and said, I'll put it down in the centre of the ground again.
Tough in there. There's about 24 players within a 10-metre radius.
St Kilda 10-5, Geelong 8-7. St Kilda by 10 points. TAC scoreboard. Out of the centre of the ground, it's Del Santo. Has said it was a holding the ball decision that's going to go to Geelong. And this is Rook. Rook in the centre of the ground. He's now a bit of a look and he gets it out toward Chapman.
Good kick.
Chapman marks it 53 metres out. He was going to go for the big hairy cat, but he slipped. He's in a bit of trouble. He gave it back to Enright. Hand pass back to Chapman. Hand pass to Selwood. Selwood's kicked a long point. So they're on.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Goodness me, I was nearly going to say brother. But St Kilda 10-5-65. Geelong 8-7-55. TAC scoreboard.
So, just started the last quarter. 1 minute we have played. Gilbert, back pocket. Kicks it towards Ray to beat 3 or 4. Staying down though, Hayes, great skills, picks it up at pace at half-back for the Saints to Revolt on the wing. Shaw hands Graham his numbers today for Europe car.
Nick Realt's taken mark number 7, possession number 10 then.
He goes in towards the centre of the ground. Hayes on the end of a Fisher handball. It's a great kick too. Kazitsky's mark 53, 54 metres out.
Have a shot. The big fella's kicking it a mile. The man on the mark is 49 metres out. That's Scarlett. Lenny Hayes, how good was Lenny Hayes? 2 kicks, back flank to the wing to Revolt, handball back to Lenny, and then he hit up Kazitsky at half forward.
St Kilda by 10 points. 2 minutes into the final quarter, TAC scoreboard. Kazitsky has it. 54 metres out. Oh, he's given it plenty. Will it carry the pack? Oh, it did! What a goal! Kazitsky's goal, Clive Peters' goal of the day. His second, what a beauty at the 2.5 minute mark, final quarter. St Kilda 11-5-71 by 16 points over Geelong, 8-7-55.
Isn't that the difference of having a forward who's got confidence to go back, take the game on, and just say, I'm going to do this for my team, where you go to Cam Mooney, you're worried about him having a shot from 30 metres out. But well done to Lenny Hayes. Just a double play then. And what happened, Scarlett went to the boundary line side, Hayes brought the ball back in the corridor.
Kazitsky and Rewald have taken 17 marks between them. Mooney and Hawkins have taken 6.
This is where champions are made, and 2 of them today have been on fire, Revolt and Kazitsky, and Lenny Hayes, the third one, in the centre of the ground. Geelong now have the job ahead of them. They trail by 16 points. Here comes St Kilda again. Graham can't kick it on the left, but he kicked it on the right at check side. He got a long hand pass and gave it out in front of Jones. Snyder ran onto it. Here comes Mumford into the back of Snyder. Plants at the umpire. Harley did well with support for his teammate out there, Mumford. Now going in, Snyder got it on again with Goddard. Over the boundary line and out of bounds. Deep into towards the left forward pocket at the river end. We're into the 4th minute of play in the last term. And St Kilda by 16 points, 11-5 to 8-7. The ball spinning back into play. Daddy Longlegs Gardner got it out there towards Goddard. It came out to the blowfly, and Milner's kicked it, but it's marked in the last line of defence by Harry Taylor.
He's got to come back. He went through the point post, and then came out.
It's a point.
He went through the point and came out the goal. So it's a point.
Okay.
You got to come back from whence you went.
Thank you very much.
Whence you came.
Thank you.
TAC scoreboard. St Kilda now 17 points in front, 4.5 minute mark, final quarter.
And Robert, Carlton are coming home.
Short kick, back pocket. Chapman has the ball. So Chapman in the back pocket. Gee, not much on offer at the moment. Has to kick to a contest at half back. Medallion Club side, Mumford in front, knocked down by Gardner, rode by Del Santo, handball Baker, Ray gives it back to Hayes, middle of the ground, long again into the forward line, Revolt third man up, ball comes to the front of the pack, Goddard has to handball it away, Playon's the call as Taylor picks it up at half back, goes to Ling goes back to Gary Jr, goes beyond centre half back, getting the arms up, Chapman's got the ball for the Cats, but got to get something going. We are now into the 5th minute final quarter for the TAC. St Kilda 72, Geelong 55. Bad kick
to Daddy Longlegs and Gardner. It was meant for Bartel, but Gardner said, I'll take a mark and kick it to Joe Montana. Montana got it out. He's got a paddock to play on the right wing position. Came in towards Kazitsky. Kazitsky came up. Harley over the top has taken a mark. That's what you want to see. You've got to see your captain doing that. The chrome motorbike Harley got a hand pass across to Harry Taylor. The H in a bit of trouble. Kicked it long towards Corey. Corey's taken the mark and got it on further. This is Burns on his right foot, which is his wrong one, and he got it out to the right wing. Varco took it, got it on further. Don't know who to. Here comes Joe Blake. Corey right on his hammer. Varco was there. Here comes Graham. Kicked off the ground by Varco. Went out to Burns and over the boundary line and out of bounds. Geelong charging along the right wing position, and the ball went out of play through great tackling by St Kilda. St Kilda lead by 17 points, and 54,444 screaming fans are still here.
So the ball's at half forward, bounced to take place 55 metres out around the grounds for Vic Super. Shane.
Fremantle by 35, 7-3-45 to the Blues, 1-4-10.
They've got to kick 4 goals, the Saints, and they've kicked 8 in the game. Gardner, the tap, roved by Selwood, gave it to Rourke.
Geelong, sorry.
Geelong with it all to do. Ablett grabbed high. Umpire said you hang on to it too long, Gary Jr. Saints win the free, taken quickly. Ball in dispute, middle of the ground. Harley picks it up. It's going back to Mackie. So Mackie free there as St Kilda doing it well at the moment. 17 points they lead by as he goes in towards Mooney. Mooney at half forward on the bounce. The handball went now to Burns. Oh, scrambly old kick inside attacking 50. Chapman good enough to pick it up. Handball to Bartel, has to kick quickly. Right at the top of the square, Geelong deep into attack. Well read though defensively. Blake with a lovely mark.
Got it to Gilbert. Gilbert took a bounce, ran to 50, changed his mind. That can be lethal, but he got it back into Farron Ray and centre half back at the Fish Market end. St Kilda steady it down. They're on the TAC scoreboard. St Kilda, they lead by 17 points. They come back now to Gilbert. Gilbert's done beautifully well, and this miserly defence continues on their way. They've only conceded 8 goals as the ball came back to Zachariah J. Dawson, who took a mark in the goal square at the Fish Market end. The clock ticking away into the 8th minute, and out the centre half back it goes. And here's the man with the busted crown. It's Baker. Baker now got a hand pass across. This is Del Sando. Took to the left and went straight down the throat of Graham. They could wipe him off here now. Graham, here comes Kaczynski. Right on his hammer there is Scarlett. Picked up by Milne. He fell over. Bartel got him. Picked up over there. Driven forward by Sam Fisher. But now St Kilda. Here comes Daddy Longlegs. Gardner's there. And the man with the stilts. The King of Moomba.
Oh, it's on the full.
It's on the full. It's going to be a free kick to Montana, who comes back and gets it at Daddy Longlegs, who kicks a goal.
Well worked, St Kilda.
You know what happened? Mumford handballed onto, I think it was Taylor's boot. Yep.
And that's 3 goals to Gardner, the ruckman. It was amazing. Like Rex was laughing at Daddy Longlegs Gardner. He threw out the long leg, and we thought, well done. At least he's got a little edge on the footy. It'll put it out of bounds. And Mumford,
he handballed onto Taylor's leg, lower leg, and it's out in the full.
Well, it was an accident, but good thinking by Montana. He got the free kick, immediately took 3 steps back, squared it to Gardner, and he played on immediately from 20 metres out, got his 3rd goal.
And the big fella's absolutely knackered too. They said just to him after he kicked the goal to come off the ground, so he sprinted 80 metres, and then they said, no, get back in the middle. He's stuffed.
23-point lead to St Kilda. Geelong are nearly gone.
Back in the middle of the ground. Free kick in the middle going Geelong's way. Bartel to take it. Hey, Bondi, is that a free kick when it came off just below his knee, not off his foot?
Yeah, as long as it's below the knee.
It's a
shin is deemed to be a kick.
They trail by 23 Geelong. They need a mark. Bartel sends them forward. Blake having a beauty in his 150. Took it, gave it to Hayes. Back to Blake.
Oh, the
umpire's got in the way. Goddard, he leapt him though. Got the handball to Graham. Back to Blake. Blake into the middle of the ground. One-on-one battle here. Kelly and Milne. Milne comes up with it to Raph Clark. The handball was effective to Jones. Handball away. Taken by Selwood. Still in the middle of the ground. Milburn tackled. Releases. St Kilda come up with it. Jones got it to Graham. He spirals at 55 metres. Carries the pack going towards goal. Ball still alive. Kaczynski knocks it to Revolt. 20 out. Kicks right into the goal square. Running onto a chance now for Ball. Ball dispossessed. 10 out from the St Kilda goal. Geelong defence under pressure. They stand firm this time. As Mackie got the ball to Taylor. Taylor got the ball to Enright at halfback. Beyond halfback, they've got a man out there. Chapman brave in front of Baker, takes the grab.
Rewald's absolutely knackered.
And it went out now towards Corey and got it off to Barco. Geelong need a goal and they need it now. Here comes Burns. He's marked it at centre half forward at the Fish Market end, and he's kicked a long ball and it went out of bounds. Left forward pocket. TAC scoreboard.
And Rewald hasn't been off the ground for the whole game, Rex.
TAC scoreboard 12-6-78. The Saints by 23 points over the Cats, who are 8-7-55, but Geelong have it deep into attack. Got a goal from here. Hayes did the ruck work, edged out Blake. Blake didn't like the decision. Play on the call at back pocket. Goddard's kick went straight to McAvoy beyond defensive 50. Handballs at that time then
to Del Santo, to McAvoy, to Hayes having a blinder. Kick into the middle of the ground. They're going to go forward. Milne puts it out in front of Revolt, 30 metres out, coming through Scarlett. Grab without the ball. Geelong defence come up with it. Kelly got the handball away. They're trying to get something going through the middle. Bartel, tireless, gave the ball that time to Enright. Enright got the ball back to Hogan. Ball on the wing, picked up there by Ling. They trail by 23 Geelong. They're going forward. Raphael Clark at half-back. Safety first. Contest was on, and he knocks the ball away. Burns was in front. And the ball robbed to be thrown in with the Cats slightly into attack, but not much.
We've gone 11 and a half minutes in the final quarter. Geelong hasn't scored.
So the ball spinning back into play, and Blake, he's trying to get his place in the side cemented. He's in a bit of trouble. It went out to Raphael Clark. He got it out to Sam Fisher, who actually pushed the ball over the boundary line. And the time says we've gone nearly 12 minutes into this last term. And it is St Kilda by 23 points. She's in the building. It's nearly going to happen. Geelong have got to kick 4 goals. They've only kicked 8 for the match. Here comes Lenny Hayes. Put it onto his right boot. Harley is there. Here goes the captain. He's at centre wing. Kicked a long ball down towards the big hairy cat. He goes up. Nearly a mark to Gilbert. Varco went without the pill. The ball now falls for Milburn. Milburn's got it up. What a Scheisenhausen kick by Milburn. And punched away down there by Dennis Blake. Blake now went out there towards Varco. Varco got it back. This is Joel Corey. Turned around. Kicked it to Milburn. Right up forward flank. Geelong have to score. Yablet!
Dropped it.
He did. Thank you very much. Varco! Dropped it. The ball now in the hands there of Raph Clark. It came out to Varco. He got it back. Rook has kicked a goal!
Oh, they're still in it.
Rook has kicked a goal. Don't do that. I'm going. St Kilda 12-6-78. Geelong 9-7-61. If I'm going, I'm going to go out.
Oh, gee whiz. A number of players involved in the contest. Varco, well done to Varco. He kept the ball alive twice. Once outside 50, and then just sort of the ball spilled from a contest to Rook. Fantastic goal across his body. Well, they're not going to lay down. This side's just got a lot of pride, Geelong. But I think, I'll tell you what, Lenny Hayes, he has been sensational. This quarter, I don't know how many he's had, Bonnie, but eight possessions.
Disposals for the quarter, 2 clearances.
Blake has to take advantage in the ruck for Geelong up against the kid McAvoy. Gardner off.
St Kilda by 17 points around the grounds for Vic Super.
Fremantle up by 17, Tone. 29 plays 46 in favour of the Dockers.
How far into the second quarter are we, mate?
11 minutes gone.
He's got it coming. How long's Gardner stretched out?
So, out of the middle, Ray, tackle, ball going nowhere. Bartel somehow won it. Handballs to a contest on the wing. St Kilda have the numbers, 3 of them. They can line up. Montana's got it. He goes out wide. Revolt's got to run 35 to the contest. Got there. Takes the mark. 55, 58 metres out. Kicks to true centre half forward. 2-on-2 battle. They're all flying. Ball comes to the deck. Picked up there by Schneider. The right foot snap. Misses everything out on the full.
He'd be disappointed with that. Revolt put it to a contest. Came to ground. Schneider crumbed it perfectly. Shocking kick.
Gardner's back on.
The kick in from one back pocket to the other. Gary Ablett Jr. was the target. He got the handball going to Enright. Has to turn around. Oh, they're in awful trouble now. Kelly's over the top of the ball. They're lying over the top of him. Umpire's going to come in and bounce.
For Vic Super, Shane McGuinness, Carlton on the way back.
They certainly are, Rex. 3 goals in this quarter. 4-6-30. The Blues. Fremantle 7-4-46.
14 minutes gone. Final quarter. TAC scoreboard. St Kilda by 17 points.
St Kilda can wrap it up. Geelong not scoring enough goals. It went to Del Santo. He's kicked it forward. This is Milne. Right over the top there now. Rook tries to get it. Milne is buzzing around. Gets some Maureen or swat him. He'll make more maggots. And the ball now in the hands of the umpire. And Bosno's going to put it down right forward pocket at the river end of the ground. So in the 15th minute of play, St Kilda by 17 points. Knocked out by Blake. Went to Bartel. Got a little chip kick out. Now it was Hogan. Got it out towards Selwood. Selwood got it off Yablet. Yablet out towards the Brick Scheisenhausen in...
Free kick.
Yep, it was.
Chappie got it across the neck there by Gilbert. A long ball out towards Mackie. Mackie's got to beat 3. He might get a fortuitous bounce. Not only that, but has played to his advantage. And play on, said the umpire. Running onto it, Selwood. Turned over to Baker. Play on, said the umpire. Baker Baker is there, did it beautifully, got it to Del Santo, and they're holding on beautifully. Got it to Sam Gilbert. Gilbert on the centre wing, going to try and knock him out now. Here comes Kajitsky. Kajitsky fell around, kicked it out towards centre half forward. Bartel!
Oh.
What a champion you are!
Bartel, magnificent mark. Gave the handball quickly to
It's
Enright.
a 50 metres. It's a 50 metres.
Oh, I don't know it.
No, Bartel took the mark at half-back, got crunched. Rampaging Ray says that's a 50-metre penalty. And
what a great mark.
Was super courageous. It was not the smartest kick to put it across the ground. Kazitsky's kick, too much hang time, gave Bartel a chance to show his courage. Man on the mark is Schneider, who's 55 metres out. Bartel won't get the distance.
The only thing about Rob, the play kept going, so the ball's been out of the area. Now St Kilda can get numbers back.
Now, Wolsey, you get the impression that Rampaging Ray's fairly excited that 55,000 people have come to see him umpire.
He handballs quickly, goes to Chapman, tumbles it to full forward. Melbourne put out of the
It's a
contest.
goal.
It's bounced over the pack. I don't think anyone got a hand on it. Goal to Geelong. From
Gardner fell over.
absolutely nothing. Chapman received the handball. Body on body, just bounced, carried the pack. 10-7-67, the Cats trail by 11 points now. St Kilda 12-6-78. Remarkable goal on the TAC scoreboard.
I'll tell you what, the stilt man fell over. It was Gardner in the square. It came back in and he slipped over on his stilts.
Well, they gave him a good stretch on the boundary line.
They will not lie down, this mob.
Sam Fisher's come off. That's the first time he's come off today.
Surely we couldn't end in a draw, Rob.
Surely we can.
He'd be the hardest kid to dack in the playground at Statesville, wouldn't he, eh, Gardner?
Have a listen to this crowd. This is magnificent.
Bang, the umpire put it down. It's an 11-point ball game and St Kilda hanging on. But here comes Geelong out of the centre. Chapman.
Right
hand passed off towards Corey. Corey ran down and put it down the throat of Mooney. Mooney's got it 49 metres out. He'll turn around.
Oh, Cam Mooney, what an idiot. He nearly, look, the umpires told him to settle down.
Why would you unload on him?
Well, he tried to hit Zach in the
He's
mouth.
probably got to unload this, I reckon, in the context of the game.
Well,
we've got 8 minutes to go and Geelong trail by 11 points.
His best kick will get there.
If he bangs this through, it's a 5-point ball game. So Mooney, the big hairy cat, and he's dobbed it.
Oh, look at that.
It's a 5-point goal game. A goal of the day for Saul. Who is it? 5 metres. What a goal to Mooney. And Geelong will not lay down. They're 11-7-73. And St Kilda 12-6-78. TAC scoreboard. 5 points the difference. St Kilda lead. 8.5 minutes to go.
Well, the clearance was the important thing. Chapman got the handball out at the centre bounce to the running Corey at half-back. It was just a terrific centre clearance, so effective. And Corey put it down the throat of Mooney, who was leading in that forward line. Super kick by Mooney, and that's, you know what he's got to learn from that? You kick through the footy.
Yeah.
You don't poke at it, you don't guide it, just give it everything you got.
Who's going to be the hero in this last 8 minutes?
So back in the middle, Del Santo gets it from Gardner. Handball, Raphael Clark thought he put it on the deck. Kick forward by Chapman. Wing half forward, the Cats are into attack. Foot races on. Shannon Burns tackled by Hayes. Has to release the ball close to the boundary line. At halfback, Jones got it from Baker. Handball to Hayes. Neat sidesteps, keeps it low to half forward. Revolt on the lead, takes the mark. Plays on quickly. Beyond centre half forward, St Kilda into attack. They lead by 5 points. Magnificent kick.
Good kick.
And Mills on the end of it, 45 metres out.
I tell you what, in the bonus, Rob, you got Rewalt always on the end of the pressure kick from halfback.
Yeah, and what we saw, Rewalt marked it near the wing. He swung around. Kazitsky was the lead, and he decided to go over his head to put it in the path of Mill. Mill needs to kick this, hasn't done much today.
Slide angle, 45 metres out. Oh, it's a wobbly old kick.
It's a mongrel.
Oh, it's carried the pack. Unbelievably. Goal to St Kilda, and they're out by 11 points. 13-6-80 for the Saints. Geelong 11-7-73. TAC scoreboard. If you think you're over the limit, you probably are, as we go around the grounds for Vic Super.
Goal to Brendan Favola has Carlton back within 16 points. Tone, they're 5-6-36. Fremantle 8-4-52.
Well, when you're under pressure with only about 7 or 8 minutes on the clock, as I said, you need someone to stand up. Under pressure coming off halfback, Lenny Hayes, he looks up, Here's Nick Rewalt just working hard again at the ball carrier. And as you said, that quick play on inside the corridor, that finds any defender out. And he got off Kelly on that occasion, Milne.
Ablett playing in the forward 50. Mumford in the ruck for Geelong. Selwood at his feet with Bartel and Chapman.
So, again, Geelong is looking down the slide. They trail by 11 points. Beautiful knockout, but it went straight to Lenny Hayes. Here comes Revolt. Can't get it. Milne trying to get a free kick. Dennis McQualter is there. Now Milne will run onto it too with Joe Montana, who dived on the ball.
Good
hand pass McQualter. This is it. Del Santo missed it. That was your life. And the bookmakers are nervous. Not for a Geelong or St Kilda win, but for a draw. There's 2 goals of difference. Scarlett got it to Selwood. Selwood now got it to Chapman. 12 points St Kilda lead.
Oh, Bartel's out.
Rook got it to Bartel. Bartel on the right wing. He's got Ablett if he wants him. He can now keep running. He's got it down towards Milburn, who Milburn will come in and mark it. And Milburn marks it.
Del Santo, that missed the rebound from that.
Yeah.
And Milburn will line it up. And Darren Milburn in front of 54,500 people. This is your life.
Looking at Nick Del Santo too, he's still just shaking his head in the middle of the ground there, shattered. This
well,
one's
he's got to forget that. He's got to forget that, Scotty. And the Bartel, let's not forget, Bartel was super with that kick to Milburn.
Looks at the goal, looks at the ball and kicks a goal. Back to 5 points. Back to 6 points, I beg your pardon. 6 points. 2 goals to Milburn. And why I said the bookmakers will be nervous, because the draw came in from $51 to $31. And Gary Davies of TAB Sportsbet may well have to sell 4 or 5 of his holiday homes that he's got off Robert the last month.
How many times do you come to a game like this and you think, oh, will this be a blowout one way, because the expectations are so great? We have had it all here.
Yeah.
It has just been magnificent.
I don't want to kick
It's not out of the question to draw, Scotty.
I don't want to kick the bloke when he's down, but Hawkins has just come off the ground, not one bit of sweat, not even out of breath.
Well,
It's a goal
But
to
I'll kick him anyway.
tell him to do something, Scotty.
We have 6 minutes left. 23-minute mark, final quarter. TAC scoreboard, St Kilda 85, Geelong 79, back in the middle of the ground. Gardner the tap. Bartel, Rose, got the handball to Ling, got it back to Corey, defensive side of the centre, goes to the outer wing, man free is Selwood, takes the mark, the pass is on this time, players fall over, Gary Ablett Jr. in the forward pocket, Gilbert's got to beat him, Gilbert tackle, releases the ball out of bounds, forward pocket, 25 around from the Geelong goal. They trail by 6 points, the Cats. The ball will be thrown in, no more than 30 around from their goal. At the Melbourne Remand Centre end of the ground, Mumford the tap, rove by Hayes, what a game he's had, floats it to the middle of the ground, Corey's got to go, knocks to the side, Revolt wins it though, handball to Goddard, up the middle of the ground, the Saints go into attack to the feet this time of Kaczynski, picks it up 60 metres out, this way, that away, defensive handball goes back in towards McWalter, running to receive Hayes, 50 metres out, shrugs a tackle, umpire said he handballed it, Geelong have the numbers at half-back.
Great tackle, Montana. Great tackle. Lenny Hayes got wrapped up, ball spilt out, picked up by Corey. 3 Geelong players to 1 St Kilda player. Montana wrapped up, Corey in the tackle, halted the play.
What about Selwood's chase on Hayes?
Oh, we got everything in this.
Umpire to toss it up, 55 out from St Kilda's goal. The Saints by 6 points, 5 minutes to play.
Left half forward, railway side, Enright, got it to Stokes, got it to Rockling. Selwood came off, gave it towards Burns. Now in the centre of the ground, this is Rockling, and here comes the big hairy cat. Too far out to score. Turns around. Ablett points, and Ablett said, give it out there to Stokes. Stokes marks it, and Stokes has kicked a goal.
Oh!
It's an 85-point ball game, each of 2. Geelong have come from 31 points down earlier in the game. And Geelong never say die. You can't kill them with a sledgehammer. And St Kilda 13-785. Geelong 13-785. TAC's scoreboard. And the TAB Sportsbet Company Director, Gary Davies, has just swallowed his coffee stroll whole.
Well done, Mooney. Well done, Mooney. And Geelong have got extra forwards. St Kilda defenders are saying, get back and help us.
Going on here.
I said it three-quarter time. Geelong had to kick 5 goals to win this quarter. They've kicked 5 and the scores are level.
Now Montagne's down the other end. He hasn't got a man now. Gardner, the tap out of the middle. Selwood comes through, not able to grab the ball. Bartel again wins it. Floats to centre half forward.
Mooney.
Carries the pack. Mooney 40 out. Tackle. Pack of players fall on top of it. Come in and toss it up. Umpire, he does. Geelong into attack.
Well done, Cam Mooney. Well done. You lift when your team needs you. He's had a pretty ordinary first half, but his lead-up work and just contesting work inside 50 been fantastic.
Scores level, 85 points each. Geelong into attack. Hayes grabbed without the ball. Free kick to St Kilda.
He has been heroic, particularly this last quarter.
13 possessions last quarter
He's
for
got
Hayes.
a lead on the half-back flank, and here comes Revolt. Revolt is the best running person or player that Cowboy Neal's ever seen, and he just proved it. So he kicked it back into defensive 50 to Gilbert. He kicked it outside towards Joe Blake. And Joe Blake, the centre half back, has got it in towards Raphael Clark. They're out now, St Kilda. Kaczynski leads. Kaczynski's down there with Scarlett, who holds on to Kaczynski. Goodness gracious me, umpire. The ball now knocked on by Scarlett. Went to Milburn. Went across there to Enright. Enright to the Mummy. Mummify got it. Mumford got it off now towards Kelly. Towards Chapman. Mummy's balled. De-balled he was, so to speak.
Out.
Now they're out. Mackie. Mackie got it on towards Selwood. Hogan's got it. One bounce. Kicked a Lord. Short low ball. Oh, Varco fell over. Don't fall over now, son. But Goddard steadies.
Jones
got it off the ball. Ball to Jones, left wing, more towards half forward. Jones gets it down, and here comes Revolt.
He's a star.
How much ground's he covered? He's 80 metres out.
Turns around, kicks a long ball in towards goal. Mills being held. Mill nearly took the mark of the century. It went off to Mackie. Here comes Mummify. Mummy's got it. Mumford Blake. Blake got it off to Mackie, and Mackie got it off towards half-back line Enright, and he's found the young boy in Hogan.
2.5 minutes to go. Scores level, 85 points each. At half-back, Chapman goes to the outer wing. Odd ball carries the pack. Ablett 2-on-1. Fisher's got to be good. Tackle by Rook.
Tackle.
Brought to the ground. 48-49 out. Geelong into attack. Rook and Ablett go at it. It's close to the boundary line. Corey tackled by Raph Clark. Got it high. Free Geelong.
What a great tackle.
Play on.
Oh, that's not
Let's play on.
Oh, they've played on, so Geelong move it forward close to the boundary line. Not sure where the advantage is. Score still level, 85 points each. St Kilda at halfback. Jones has got the ball. Goes along the outer boundary. Milburn back fly to the ball. Ball not out of bounds yet. Milburn keeps it alive. Geelong 3-on-1. Numbers at halfback. Handball was given this time to Chapman on the outer wing. Picked up there by Taylor. Geelong now go forward to centre half forward. Scores level, under 2 minutes to go. St Kilda defence stand firm. Fisher takes it, 85 points each. TAC scoreboard.
They could knock him out now. Goddard gets it across to Gilbert. There's a 1:59 on the clock. Zachariah Dawson has got it. Here comes St Kilda. Centre of the ground, Del Santo. Went past Rockling. Gave it back to Montana.
Oh,
Montana's
50 metres umpire.
Oh, no.
No, he's paid it across the shoulder. He's paid it across the shoulder.
Ball's out on the
and
wing here.
Montana has got it on towards Ball. Ball runs to the right half forward flank. He sets up with a long ball. And here comes Revolt. Go Gardner! Gardner has taken it. The human stilt man. The man with no backside or no back, just legs and head, has taken a pearler with 1 minute 20 on the clock.
And who's down? Someone's down.
I tell you what, I watched Gardner
good was
come in
that?
for that mark. He was a million miles away from being there when the ball landed. He willed himself to get there, and the ball stuck. If he kicks this goal, it will be his 4th goal for the game, 1 minute 20 on the clock. If he kicks the goal, and he should, what does St Kilda do?
Oh, you get numbers behind.
You load them back?
Your half-forward flank has come back, no doubt about it.
So scores level, 13-7-85.
He's gone,
30
too.
minutes gone. As
you know what happened?
Gardner
took the mark, and in the process elbowed Harry Taylor in the head.
and his head's just hit the ground, so he stays there. Play's not going to get started.
for at least a minute or so. Scores 13-7-85 St Kilda Geelong. Gardner is directly in front. He's 20 metres out. Shane will grab a score from you for Vic Super, please.
Almost half time at Subiaco. Tone another goal to Fremantle. They move to 9-6-60, leading Carlton by just 10 points. 7-8-50 the Blues.
Graham Bond, can you let us know what? There's that many heroes, but
Lenny Hayes has had 13 disposals and 5 clearances this quarter. Bartell's had 10 disposals and 4 clearances. Chapman 15 possessions and 4 clearances for this quarter, and Nick Riewold's taken 5 marks, had 7 possessions for the quarter, and for the game Nick Riewold's been sensational. His running, his gut running, he's hard up the field marking. Riewold's kicked a couple of goals, in fact 3 goals and 11 marks. Kaczynski's taken 11 marks and kicked 2 goals, 1, and the man with the ball at the moment has kicked 3 goals. That was his 6th mark. He's had 11 disposals.
You've got to
39 possessions to Chapman Rex and 37 to Jimmy Bartell.
You've got to go back to the 2 grand finals between Sydney and West Coast, where not one person has left the ground. Here, the original attendance, 54,444, has just grown to 55,101 because every lolly boy, policeman, security, crane driver, truck driver has come in, Tone, to have a look at this.
And I'll tell you what the issue here, though. The issue here is that Geelong know if he kicks this goal, they would have been told there's only 1:20 on the clock.
Yeah.
So they know that the intensity needed at the next contest, if it goes back to the centre, if it wasn't like this and you didn't have this lull, they wouldn't have known the situation.
Well, here he comes in, Gardner. He's got the foot in his hands. He's 12.
He doesn't miss, Scotty.
He doesn't miss.
He doesn't miss, Scotty.
He'd almost have to fall over.
Okay, the umpire's blown the whistle. Time is on.
So
the man with 2 pole vault legs comes in to put the ball through. It's a goal. Gardner's kick 4. I don't think there's enough time for Geelong to get a draw. There's 1:05 on the clock.
Come on.
And St Kilda, 14 goals, 791. Lead Geelong, 13 goals, 785. And let me tell you, for Europcar, Geelong have not led. They've led once, have they?
No, they haven't.
Geelong have not led today. They've evened the scores and have trailed by as much as 31 points.
Here we go. Numbers,
what a game.
Numbers behind the ball now. Goddard's gone down there. Geelong are throwing him down there with them too. They know the situation here. They need a clearance, but they need players at the... Scarlett's gone forward. So it's just they're trying to make one-on-ones.
St Kilda by a goal. Minute to go. Gardner got the tap away to Del Santo. The quick kick to half forward. Basically no one there. Now 2-on-2 battle. Revolt can't get it at half-back. Mackie. The handball over the top. Looks for Selwood. Oh, Montagna comes through. Wins the ball. Oh, free kick St Kilda. It's holding the man.
Stevie Mill. And he's given it against Mill. He's given it against Mill.
He reckons he pulled him down by the arm.
Well...
It's still on.
It goes out towards Corey at fullback.
Enright's on. Enright takes a mark. Now we're going to try and get a bit of a go, says Geelong. Enright's got it. Hand pass to the Mummy. Mumford got it back to Enright. Kicked a long ball down. But here's Kaczynski. There's a free kick against Mooney. That's
silly
dumb.
Play.
That's dumb. Just get in front and move yourself back.
25 seconds,
Don't
I reckon.
infringe. And that will just about do it with 24 seconds on the clock. 22-20, and St Kilda are going to be undefeated as 15 seconds left on the clock. Kaczynski goes out onto the wing. Going up is the stilt.
He's a hero.
The stilt Gardner. Goodness gracious me. He took a mark and got it back. And now it's going to be Zach Dawson, and the siren sounds.
How good is this?
St Kilda have won by 6 points.
What a magnificent game. Michael Gardner, the hero at the end. Great mark, broke the deadlock. St Kilda by 6 points. often than not, it does not live up to the hype. It exceeded it by plenty. St Kilda 14-7-91, Geelong 13-7-85. What a magnificent game.
Courageous, 30 possessions, 14 of those were contested. Gary Ablett, 27 with 10 contested, Rob.
Bondi, I've just had a look, and I'm going to handball the 3-2-1 to Tony Shaw, because I've had a quick look at it. There are 8 players who could be in the top 3 votes.
Oh, no doubt.
Just amazing performances we've seen. I handed it to Geelong players for their sportsmanship after the siren. St Kilda players have been terrific too. They haven't carried on. There's no wild celebrations and yahooing. It's all pretty low-key. They've acknowledged their supporters. Their supporters don't want to go home.
No.
Their supporters are still here at Etihad. They're standing up. They are so excited. Probably, Rex, I don't think I'm wrong when I say this, it'd probably be the best moment for St Kilda since the 66 premiership.
Yeah. No doubt, because they've got real belief now.
They have indeed. Let's go down to you, Scott Cummings. What a win by St Kilda.
Oh, magnificent, wasn't it, Tone? And here they come in, they're pretty happy. They're absolutely exhausted, though. And smile down. Good boy, well done. There we go. Oh, get off me, Joey.
Go marching in! Oh, when the Saints go marching in! Oh, I want to be together! Oh, when the Saints go marching in! Oh, when the Saints go marching in! Go marching in! Oh, when the Saints go marching in! Oh, I want to be together! Oh, when the Saints go marching in!
There you go. That's a satisfied team if you've ever heard one. They've all come running in there. Absolutely stoven the song.
Was that fun to call, Haddo? You were jumping out of your seat with joy. You're a Cats fan, of course, but you were leaping.
That's the first time you've watched the game as a full.
It is, actually, yeah, because Geelong lost. I'd seen the last quarter plenty of times, but I'd never watched the full game before.
Great call, mate. Well done.
It was good fun.
Yeah, it was good fun.
But you know what? Even after the game, though, even though we'd lost, you still walked away just going, you knew you were just involved in one of the great games.
Yeah, particularly the way the fight back occurred and then the finish. And for Michael Gardner, that's an iconic moment for him. And I think all St Kilda fans, they loved him after that moment. And the poke out of the tongue, it just encapsulated everything
and
that
as
he
you said,
is as a footballer.
30th birthday, you boys went out that night,
Yeah, we were
hit the town.
Chinatown, supper in, the suckling pig, Gardy ordered up big, everything on the menu, just bring it out.
Nick, was that the moment that the team truly believed that they could get there on that last set day?
Yeah, I think so, because that was the first time we'd gone up against a bona fide opponent that we knew was the real thing. So to walk away with a win, but also just knowing you're in the contest and that your brand stood up, that was what was really important for the group.
Well, it was a brilliant night. You guys both played really well, so that was a lot of fun.
Exhausted after that.
Couple of big bombs moves.
Well done, Hoddo. A brilliant call. I hope you've enjoyed that on this Easter Sunday. We're having so much fun here at Fox Footy. A bit of nostalgia and, of course, plenty of laughs coming up next on Bounce. Chief and Andrew Gaze and all the crew will keep you in